Good afternoon. This is Paul Keels. First round of the NFL draft occurs tonight in Pittsburgh. Vegas expected to take Indiana quarterback Fernando Mendoza, number 1. The Browns have choices 6 and 24 in the first round. Bengals do not have a first-round pick. Ohio State's Arvell Reese, Carnell Tate, Caleb Downs, and Sonny Styles all projected to be first-round choices. Ohio State basketball getting a commitment from the transfer portal today from guard Curtis Gibbons III from Memphis, who averaged over 9 points a game, shot 43% from the field and over 36% from three-point range. Gibbons also played previously at LSU. BY freshman A.J. DeBanza announced for the NBA draft today. He led the nation in scoring and could be the top player drafted. Playoffs tonight in the NBA. Cleveland is at Toronto Cavaliers. A 2-0 lead over the Raptors. This update brought to you by Green & Sons. Find your next Kubota tractor at Green & Sons, located in Mount Sterling and north of Marysville, and online at greenandsons.com. Breaking sports news when it happens on The Fan, Ohio sports destination.
You're about to enter a land of audio delight so awesome that you'll drop all important obligations to get your daily fix. Even Marconi, inventor of the radio, couldn't have imagined the pleasures that are about to invade your ear hole.
Oh, yes.
Try as you might, there's no escape. Let's begin.
How? Good afternoon.
This is Common Man and Timmy.
Doing good, Mike.
Featuring Panama Ted.
Too hot.
With special guests, Nicole Sheeran.
Yeah, dog.
Jen Winters.
I will kick you in the junk.
Jeff Rimmer.
I will be around to haunt you forever.
And Chris Collinsworth.
I mean, are you kidding me?
Broadcasting live from the corner of Cracky and Sacky.
Excuse me.
Here's Common Man and Timmy.
They don't know what the they're doing.
Happy Thursday. Welcome in. Hello, good, clean boy.
Hello, Common Man. NFL draft night, baby.
It is draft night. We will have draft coverage for you starting at 8 tonight. We got the Browns radio coverage, 8 o'clock tonight. The draft is an interesting one.
Oh,
I've always
really
thought,
is.
like, if you were sitting down and explaining something to aliens, the draft would be an interesting one.
Yeah, what would you
Well, it's like,
what would you tell them about it?
Is it competition? I said, well, it's not really. You know, we watch sports for competition. There's a winner, there's a loser, there's things that happen in between. But this is just a guy reading names.
Names of big-time players, right?
Well,
Names of their
that's
best.
right.
Names of each team's best players. You say, no. They haven't played for them yet. They're going to play for them.
Just reading names.
They hope that they're going to be good, but many of them will suck.
And then do they
Most
get
of
on the
them
stage and fight? No, none of that. There's actually no competition. You can read all of this afterward, and it would change nothing. But for some reason, we all like to watch. And, you know, at home, it makes a little bit of sense because you're at home. You're eating food. You're got your buddies there. You're making off-color jokes, whatever you're doing. But there are going to be like 100,000 people just standing there at the draft tonight in Pittsburgh, just hearing names. They'll be dressed up.
That's the most impressive thing to me. Is even when this thing had its run in New York City, right? When we argued, it went from like the hotel setting and then it got to Radio City Music Hall. But even in the 90s, it had started to pick up and fans were there and it was more of a show. But how many people do you think are getting into a place like that, a venue like that? Maybe like 8,000-ish, something like that. If that. Some of those are smaller auditorium-style places. And then when around 2014, whatever it was, they started to take it to big cities, and then they were just big grandiose stages, and they would try to get into some sort of park or downtown setting, and they were just trying to stuff as many people in that area as they could. It would look like a city's championship parade when you would take the bird's eye view before darkness sets on NFL draft night. It's crazy to look at. And all the people that show up there in their team's gear just to cheer right into the camera, especially once we get outside the top, 10 picks or whatever, and you really have no idea how this guy is going to turn out for your franchise. And then the fact that they will stay there and do that for rounds 2 through 7 on Friday through the weekend, and there's still people going nuts celebrating these picks of people they honestly have no idea who the hell they even are.
But you pointed this out earlier is that what this has become, too, is pretty low-key good eating day.
It's a good eating day.
You know, because you said to me, like, oh, what are you doing for draft tonight? I said, well, I'm just going to watch it. No, what are you eating for the draft
I wanted
tonight?
to know if you had like a different kind of meal plan because it's NFL draft night.
And that's good because what we're doing tonight is something we would normally never do on a Thursday night, but we're doing wings tonight.
Yeah.
Okay?
And I've got the ability.
It's because of this.
Yeah, I've got the ability. When Sarah and I said goodbye this morning, it was pizza or wings, which direction we're going. And we both agreed. We're like, I don't know quite yet. Well,
why don't you do both?
Well, we could do both, but I think it's either going to be maybe bleed to Roosters, maybe bleed to a JT's or a Sexton's for pizza, depending on what style. Because I feel like if I was going to go Sexton's, I've gotten their original style. The last couple of times, I might go with that Detroit style that they do.
All right.
JT's, you can't really go wrong with anything. Might be the cheese lovers that we love so much.
Good cheese lovers.
A thick layer of cheese
Delicious.
they put on that so crispy, delicious crust.
All right, it's Too Hot Thursday.
Too hot.
Which means Teddy dazzles us with audio for the entire day. How you doing, Ted?
Doing good, Mike.
How you doing, Tress?
Doing good, Mike.
Also around the Big Ten with Adam Rittenberg coming up at 3:30. Hey, Crew got a home win after the Weathers last night. It was their first home win of the season. You know, it was nice to see. I still think they're going to be few and far between this year, so enjoy it. We had some playoff fun between the Flyers and the Penguins last night. I enjoyed watching that. You watch any of that?
I didn't see too much of that, but I did love the part where Sidney Crosby, for the first time in his career,
Took a dive?
took an embellishment penalty.
Oh, my God.
And there is a snippet, there is a shot of a woman in the crowd looking up at the Jumbotron. She's right next to the penalty box, right? Like her face is right on the other side of the glass. This is why I love it, too, because athletes, as much as they would try to stay locked in 100% of the time, how easy is it to let your guard down? Because there are 18 to 20,000 other human beings that are in that building. They are flesh and blood just like you are. They have thoughts and opinions just the way you do. And she looks up at the replay, and she's a Flyers fan, right? And she sees it. And Sidney Crosby is as close as he is to her as you to me. And she looks at the replay, looks over at Sydney, and the camera's on this, and she just gives like the side eye and a nod.
You're not getting away with that.
Sydney's eyes make contact with her, and he just smiles really quick. He just gives a little and then just looks straight ahead and tries to lock in again. I thought that was pretty good.
We had the some good physical stuff last night. At one point, and it sort of turned the game around for the Flyers too, but at one point, they fit 11 guys in the penalty box.
Mm-hmm.
11 guys.
Yeah.
And now the Flyers go up 3-0. And as we were talking to Rimmer about this yesterday, the Blue Jackets could have been in this spot, but they're not. And that sucks. However, I do like seeing the Penguins looking old and slow, and it looks like they're on their last legs.
Yeah. Oh, for sure. I mean, we were just looking up where Sidney Crosby stands in the all-time points race, and he's 7th right now. He's higher up there than Alexander Ovechkin for points. He's
an all-time great.
We all wish we could have a player like Sidney Crosby, and he's on your team for as long as he's been on the Pittsburgh Penguins. He has been a nightmare to have to handle playing for the Pens. So they've had their run. I hate seeing them win. They've had enough Stanley Cup championships. It's not like I really want to see the Flyers win either.
I understand.
With their history, but they are that more rough and tumble type of squad, the Broad Street Bullies. They've got that history, the makeup of their team, the way they usually play, their style. So, yeah, seeing them, if they could sweep out the Pens, that would be fine with me.
No baseball today. Reds off today. They host the Tigers tomorrow. Guardians are off too. They're in Toronto starting tomorrow. But the Mets finally ended their 12-game losing streak. They got a $350 million payroll. They finally ended their 12-game losing streak yesterday.
All is fine now.
No, all is not fine.
They're gonna start rolling. They're gonna start rolling. Juan Soto's gonna show up. He's gonna hit 500 this year. He's going to hit 55 home runs.
Teddy, I don't think you were here when we talked about Brandon Phillips, your guy. Going to retire as a Red tomorrow. Going to sign a contract.
Yeah, Jacob mentioned that yesterday.
Going to retire as a Red.
Yes.
I mean, he's worthy of
Reds Hall of Fame?
Reds Hall of Fame.
Absolutely,
yeah.
he is, yes.
He was a very good player for you.
Yeah, I loved when he was there. He was fantastic.
I started to think about some other guys that played for our teams that wouldn't be regular Hall of Famers, but
it's a fun discussion. Yeah,
they're special.
Not pro baseball.
They're
Hall of
special
Famers.
enough. Well, even other sports like the Cavs. The Cavs got a lot of flack for retiring Zydrunas Ilgauskas' number.
Sure, no, Big Z.
Right?
Big Z was an important guy.
But for them, he was a very important guy.
Absolutely. Think of Larry Nance for them back in the day. Think of
Mark Price.
Mark Price. Mark Price was a sensational player, one of the purest shooters of all time. Like, we think of Steph in this way now, as we should, but there were a lot of guys that could shoot the rock before him, and Mark Price was definitely one of those guys. Oh, who am I thinking of that was big in the days where they wore the black and turquoise uniforms that Sean Kemp got to be a part of? Bob Sura. Bobby Sura. He was a dude, came out of Florida State. He was a guy that was a lot of fun to watch play. I'm thinking of my baseball team, too, the Baltimore Orioles in the heyday, and guys that kind of fit that Brandon Phillips mold. The very good, great players for your team, but not pro baseball Hall of Famers. Good outfielders in the mid 2000s. Adam Jones, I love the way that guy played. And you talk about personality mixed with the ball player. Adam Jones was that too. He was never afraid to call stuff out. He was a funny dude. He would speak his mind. I loved him. Nick Markakis was a fantastic player for a decade there.
I like guys that the local fans can latch on to.
Absolutely.
You know, like we talk about Bronson Arroyo, Teddy. Bronson Arroyo can probably walk down the street in every city in America and nobody says a damn word to Bronson Arroyo. He walks down the street in Cincinnati, Ohio, and everybody says something to Bronson Arroyo.
Absolutely.
Jones, for me, this is how funny he was when they had that empty game. I mean, it was for a not so good situation, but they had the riots in Baltimore.
That's right.
Before we got to the pandemic, they had an empty game. And
no fans.
Some of the guys were like just having fun with it. They would do like the wave to the crowd that's not there because they're just accustomed to it. And Adam Jones would throw a baseball up to empty bleachers and it would just bounce all over the place. Like he was picking out, pointing to a little boy up there, throw the baseball. I love that guy.
I have some Buckeye basketball news to share with you coming up next. Another transfer. Common Man and Timmy on the Fan.
Fan Traffic.
Sponsored by Meister's Bar and Pizza in Grandview. Come for the pizza, stay for the dive.
There is a disabled vehicle off on the right shoulder, westbound 670 over at 3rd Street, and construction work westbound 161 after New Albany Road's got the right lane closed with a 5-minute delay from Johnstown. This report is sponsored by Sunsetter. With a Sunsetter awning, turn your patio into a cool shaded retreat. Up to 20 degrees cooler with the push of a button. And right now, save $350 at sunsetter.com. That's sunsetter.com. Life's better under a Sunsetter. I'm Eddie Zellick, 497.1 The Fan Traffic.
It always seems to happen at the worst time. You're finally in bed after a long, hard day, and then you hear it. You sit up, heart sinking. Is that coming from the ceiling? All of a sudden, it's a middle of the night flashlight hunt to find the leak. But don't worry, Newman Roofing has you covered, literally. With more than 3 decades in the business, we've seen just about everything a storm can throw at a roof. Our teams know how to spot the problem, explain your options, and fix it right the first time, with craftsmanship and care you can feel good about. We're not just here for a quick patch job, and we never will be. We're here to make sure your home stays protected season after season. So when it comes to your roofing, siding, or gutter needs, choose the company you can trust, Newman Roofing. Call Newman Roofing today at 614-NEW-ROOF. That's 614-NEW-ROOF, or visit online at newmanroofing.com. Don't just get a new roof, get a Newman roof.
Spring into savings at Great Lakes Hyundai. Right now, drive your new Hyundai with payments as low as $94 per month for a 2-year lease. Get spring lease savings on every model from Elantra to Palisade. Plus, every new Hyundai comes with owner assurance and America's best warranty. A 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain coverage. Dublin or Columbus or glakeshyundai.com. With approved credit. Payment on 26 Elantra SC. $39.95 down plus tax title first month's payment. 7,500 miles per year and $430.
Recently, our company softball team lost a big game by 1 run. Then Dale tried to console us with the quote, "Winning isn't everything." Dale's a loser. I play to win, like early payout from Bet365. If my team goes up big, I get paid out instantly, even if they blow the lead later. Sound familiar, Dale? Bet365. Winning is everything. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-MY-RESET. 21 plus only. Must be physically located in Ohio. T&Cs apply. In-app only.
Educators, healthcare workers, first responders, and military. The Columbus Aviators salute you with $10 tickets to any home game. Get yours at UFLaviators.com.
Hop into savings this spring with Ohio Mulch. Right now, save $100 on home delivery orders, but only for a limited time at OhioMulch.com. What sets Ohio Mulch apart? Our premium pine bark mulch made from high-quality southern pine from South Georgia. It lasts longer and creates the perfect pH for acidic-loving plants like hydrangeas and azaleas. Better mulch, better results. Shop now at OhioMulch.com.
Ohio Mulch, landscape supply, cleaner, greener, better.
Get Eco.
ECO. When your drain is clogged, our drain team will clear it for just $93.
If we can't clear it, it's free.
And we guarantee it will stay clear for at least a year, or we'll clear it again for free.
Get Eco.
ECO.
Go to geteco.com.
Last year, Eric Reeser and T-Bone staged the first annual Fan 5K. People had a good time and no one died. So we decided to do it all again. It all goes down Saturday, June 20th in Otterbein.
Presented by the Ohio State University Wexner Medical Center.
Will Reeser's muscular calves explode? Will T-Bone's beard choke him while running? More importantly, will Tyvis, Common Man, and Timmy make total fools of themselves? Maybe. Magic 8 Ball says signs point to yes. Register today at 971therace.com.
Sometimes, tough times are a test, a chance to prove ourselves. Colleen O'Donnell proved her grit in Laredo, Texas, when she served as an immigration judge and faced the worst of the worst: human smugglers, gang members, dangerous people. Colleen ordered them to be deported, never granted asylum once, and enforced the law to the letter. Now, Ohio needs tough leadership on the bench, so Colleen O'Donnell's running for Ohio Supreme Court as a constitutional conservative with 10 years of prior judicial experience. Ohio Right to Life PAC endorses Colleen for her devotion to our conservative values. America's toughest immigration sheriff, Richard Jones, endorses Colleen O'Donnell for her dedication to public safety. And the Ohio leaders we trust support Colleen O'Donnell for her unwavering loyalty to the rule of law and the Ohio State Constitution. The grit to lead, the experience to succeed. Colleen O'Donnell for Ohio Supreme Court.
Paid for by O'Donnell for Ohio.
Epic parties start at Staples. Now you can grab Party City balloons, decorations, and tableware, plus matching custom invites, banners, and more right at Staples. That was easy.
Fan weather.
From the Logan AC and Heat Services Weather Center.
Slight chance of showers and thunderstorms this afternoon. Otherwise, mostly sunny skies and temperatures in the low 80s. For tonight, partly cloudy with our overnight lows in the mid to upper 50s. And then for Friday, we do have a mostly sunny day and warm and breezy with highs in the mid to low 80s. We still have a lingering chance of showers and storms developing in the afternoon and evening. For the Fan, I'm meteorologist Meredith Garfalo with the 10 Weather Impact Forecast.
The Sportsbook at Hollywood Casino Columbus is the official sportsbook sponsor of Common Man and Timmy. Must be 21. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-589-9966.
Panama 10 would like to inform you that this ain't one of them. You're listening to Common Man and Timmy.
It's Too Hot Thursday. Teddy dazzles us with audio. We pepper that throughout the show. Mike Vrabel says he'll miss day 3 of the draft on Saturday to seek counseling with his family.
What did I tell you recently, though, about photos? That there were more. There were more, and some
more came out. Apparently, the two of them were together in 2020. So we're talking March of 2020, 6 years ago.
So they've been sitting on these for a long, long time now.
They were in a bar together, and they were doing some smooching. smooching and touching. So this has been a long-term situation. Can you imagine? Can you imagine how Mrs. Vrabel's got him by the balls if he is voluntarily missing a day of the draft? Hey, honey, can this wait until Sunday?
No! You're going to be here on Saturday. You're going to look at our sons in the face. You're going to tell them what type of hornball you are. I got a therapist who hates men.
And by the way, she is within her right to be as pissed off as she wants to be. I can't imagine how humiliated she feels. But think about that. A head coach as influential as Mike Vrabel when it comes to personnel and all that crap
and all
is not going to be there on Saturday.
All the stuff that you preach about, that's the other thing, too, that it really crushes your soul when your coaches do things like this because of the way they talk to you and because of how they try to teach and the lessons they try to give you. And then when you find out that they're just as bad as the rest of them in their private, personal lives, cheating on their wives, doing God knows what. But on this side, we're going to talk about God this and all that. I mean, like, come on. Come on. Could you imagine? I don't know if it's going to go to this. That is going to be for them to decide. Again, we'll see how this weekend goes. Maybe Mrs. Vrabel is going to find out that she can get all that she needs because she has Mike right where she wants him. But imagine being her divorce attorney in something like this.
They're licking their chops.
If there's more, I mean, if they've got, I mean, we got them smooching now. Smooching with everybody. Cliff, Mo, little Ned with the gimpy leg, just everybody. Like that was 6 years ago. And just this past month, we've got them, interlocking hands and hanging out by the pool and being all buddy-buddy. They dismiss all that. And then before you know it, Mike Vrabel is going to be gone for a day. The draft, Diana Rossini doesn't even work at her job anymore. So we got to a place pretty quick. Just put it that way. And my goodness, they could get everything that they want out of this situation if they do wind up getting divorced. She would get half. She'd get half of everything. Or of course, whatever. She'd get the house, whatever.
More than half. And what else is making the rounds is that Diana Rossini, apparently her firstborn son's name is Mike.
Yeah.
There was
a tweet.
Just throwing that out there.
There was a tweet. Somebody slung this to us from 5 years ago where Diana said, "Keep looking at my almost 4-day-old son, Michael, trying to figure out who are the best Michaels to ever play and coach in the NFL."
Well,
I think we know one of them.
Maybe Maury needs to show up and do a little paternity test. Does his kid have a flat top?
Dear God. You know what this does, though? This whole thing just drives home the point for me. I know it's true for you, too. I could never be out in that world. I couldn't do it. I wouldn't risk it because I know I'd be so bad at it. I've got no game, and I'd have no prayer of carrying on after I got caught.
It amazes me, like Vrabel in these pictures from 6 years ago. He's got his wedding ring on. He's smooching with Diana Rossini at the bar. Have you not heard of an Airbnb? You rent the Airbnb. You both of you go to the Airbnb. You stay in, you order in, you do takeout, you screw all you want. Why are you going to the Applebee's bar? You're a huge, hulking, beastly man. You're going to draw attention.
He's a big, bulging man in a blue leisure suit.
Plates were from Kansas. Why are you doing it? How stupid are you?
I don't know.
Rent the house. Same thing with Urban. Urban, you don't massage the butt crack in a bar where there's a bunch of people looking at you?
Because I'm Urban Meyer and I do whatever the hell I want. That's why.
You go in the back room at the bar. You go to the Airbnb and you touch the butt crack.
You get no rush. You gotta go out.
Why?
You can't just stay. Because
do you know the type of place they could rent? The two of them, they have millions of dollars. You go to the VRBO, you get something in Malibu on the beach.
Right. You don't have Nick Saban walking around the place telling you the rules of the land.
The sushi
you got
place
a private spot.
caters in for you, and you just walk around all weekend long, naked and screwing, and no one knows anything.
Again with the naked and the screwing.
Well, that's what you're there for, isn't it?
Just a big fest.
What do you think they're doing?
Just smooching on the lips.
That's all.
That's it. But if I'm in like Vrabel's mind right now, that was just like a play kiss. We just like reached in. It was like a little bet. I'm sure like the story is going to be that was the only time we ever even had any kind of lip to lip physical contact.
Has been at
you were
least
lucky enough to catch it.
6 years of this.
Oh man,
6 years of this.
Oh.
And by the way, people talking
guilty.
about is Mike Vrabel going to survive? He's not getting fired over this.
The NFL said they're not even investigating.
No,
the NFL said they're not doing anything with this.
Getting fired, and I'm not even saying they should. This is an embarrassing situation for him. It's probably World War III when he walks in a door at home, as it should be. But
can you even imagine? How old are the kids?
Boss, the owner, I think they're in high school.
Yeah, man,
his boss, the owner, was getting handies at the Thai massage place. All right?
That's right.
I'm just saying, this is nothing.
Nothing's going to happen in terms of his job. But you're going to get everything you have coming to you in the court of public perception.
That's right.
On the home front. And I feel really bad for his children. Because if they're of that age now, can you imagine what that's going to be like for them? From their, not so much their friends, but people that are in school or around in close circles, what's going to be said. That is going to be very rough.
All right, Buckeye basketball news. We have another transfer. This is Curtis Givens III.
Not a household name, Mike.
No, but let me tell you the story about him. So he was a top 100 prospect coming out of high school, went to LSU, didn't do much at LSU, transferred out of there after a year, went to Memphis, where he is from. Last year, Memphis, 9.5 points, 2 rebounds, 2 assists. He is a point guard. He's 6'3", shot 43.1% from the field, 36.5% from 3. Battled midseason thigh injury, but played pretty good basketball down the stretch.
3-point efficiency was one of the highest, second highest on the Tiger squad. But he's
going into year 3, and this will be stop number 3.
Stop number 3, year 3. You know, it's one of the things that I do kind of look out for. I'm looking to see if there are players out there that are looking to make one move and then stick it out. But the growing trend is that's not the case, right? And we're seeing a lot of guys where it's 4 stops in 4 years. And I'm not a fan of that. I wouldn't encourage that, but that's the way it goes right now. And with what you got now, I was hopeful that there was going to be another level of a guard to a Justin Pippen. And Justin Pippen is one of those guys where Cal was okay. They were a 20-win basketball team last year, but I still think it's tough to know what Pippen is going to be when he translates into this conference and the level of play where you have to be night in, night out. It really is not what the ACC is at this moment. I know you got Virginia, North Carolina, and Duke, but with imbalanced schedules and depending on how that can shake down, it is not life in the Big Ten. And you got Yelovich, who is a 5.5 and 4 rebound per game guy to be your big guy who comes up from Kentucky. Better than Aaron Bradshaw, right?
What does that mean?
We hope. What does that mean?
What does that
Speaking
mean?
of Bradshaw, he was at Memphis last year.
Oh, Najovan's coming back, too.
Nagovin,
whatever the hell his name is.
So it's the Croatians.
Big, giant, beastly man.
Big man. Yelovich and Nagovin.
I smooch you in bar.
And then you got Jimmy Williams, who is another guard that comes over from Duquesne. Scored pretty well, but again, that's going to be a big bump up. So it's still a very much wait-and-see approach for me to see how these guys, to see what their impact is going to be with the Buckeyes. We'll have to tell.
Around the Big Ten with Adam Rittenberg in 2 minutes. Common Man and Timmy on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
Sponsored by Meister's Bar and Pizza in Grandview. Come for the pizza, stay for the dive.
There is still a disabled vehicle off on the right shoulder, westbound 670 over at 3rd Street. About a 3-minute delay back from Leonard in the area. Also a crash on Dublin Granville Road at Olentangy River. This report is sponsored by Murphy Tractor. With John Deere construction equipment rattles from Murphy Tractor, nothing stands between you and a job well done. Need smart grade TopCon Trimble or attachments? Their rental fleet is always work ready. Learn more at murphytractor.com. I'm Eddie Zellick, 497.1 The Fan Traffic.
Country music's biggest selling superstar, Luke Combs, presents My Kind of Saturday Night Tour.
Sounds like my kind of Saturday night.
Luke Combs, live in concert in Columbus, playing at Ohio Stadium, Saturday, April 25th. With special guests, Dierks Bentley, Ty Myers, Jake Worthington, and Thelma and James. Get tickets now at lukecombs.com.
Common Man here for Germain Volkswagen. Right now, you get $3,000 over Kelly Blue Book on your trade during the Germain Trade and Upgrade Sales Event at both Germain Volkswagen of Columbus and Germain Volkswagen of Westerville. Plus, during Volkswagen Driver Days, interest rates can't get any lower on the 2026 Volkswagen Atlas and the 2026 Volkswagen Tiguan. Available to qualified customers on approved credit through Volkswagen Financial Services. See dealer for full details. Get started now at GermainVolkswagen.com.
When you saw your heating bills this winter, did you think this is out of control? The problem is your house is leaking money, and the only thing higher than your heating bills are your cooling bills. Steve here from USA Insulation. Let us fix your energy bill problem for good. If you aren't foam insulated, you really aren't insulated. For $99 a month, interest-free, we'll foam your home and help cut those energy bills. 529-2440 or USAinsulation.net.
USA Insulation.
Common Man and Timmy is sponsored by the Hinderer Motor Company. Listen every weekday from 3 to 6. They're good, clean boys. The Fan.
Common Man and Timmy present Around the Big Ten with ESPN's Adam Rittenberg.
Sponsored by the Roofing Guys. For all your roofing, siding, and gutter needs, contact the Roofing Guys at theroofingguys.com.
We are efforting our guy, Adam Rittenberg. He's getting ready for the draft. He's hanging out with the Pittsburgh Femininas right now.
Major Femininas.
We'll get in touch with them.
What's the biggest crowd that we've had so far? Is there a city that's holding on to the record for that? It's got to be over 100,000, right?
Can you
think it was
imagine
Detroit?
what they would do here? Look, I've said this before. It's probably never going to happen, but the draft should not just be a celebration held in NFL cities. It should be a celebration held in football meccas across the country. And if you had yourself a live draft in the shadow of the Rotunda or downtown where they had the first NFL league office ever.
Good call.
The first, people don't realize that, the first league office the NFL ever had was right downtown across the street from the Capitol building. Can you imagine the history? Can you imagine how crazy Central Ohio would be for the draft?
Think of how many teams throughout history in the beginning of professional football were here in Ohio, too. I mean, forget about just what you said, the original league office, which I contend.
You contend.
They need to do something from sort of a, visitor center type of deal. They need to make that into a space. Or at least have
we need to be more proud of our stuff.
Have some kind of marker, even have a shop or a miniature
the building's
museum.
Still there. Hey, first NFL league office right there. Oh, by the way, the Confederate Cemetery. There you go. Have you been to the Confederate Cemetery?
I have not. I haven't,
You
and I love
don't
history.
even know.
I haven't, and I love history.
All right, Rittenberg's here.
Okay, Adam's here.
Adam Rittenberg joins us on the Bryant Heating and Cooling Systems fan guest hotline. Hello, my friend.
Hello, how we doing, guys?
Oh, great. It's draft night. We have 4 Buckeyes potentially that could go in the first round. Of the 4 that we're talking about, if you had the number 1 pick and you had to choose a Buckeye, which one are you taking?
It's tough. I still think that Caleb Downs is the best player of the 4. Unfortunately, he plays safety, which is a spot you never use a number 1 overall pick on. You rarely see a top 10 pick put on a guy like that. So, given the placement of the pick, it's probably Arvell Reese because of what he can do and the value of that particular position. But yeah, I was with Luke Fickell here in Madison today, and we were talking about Caleb, and he's like, he was the best defensive player in college football in 2024, and you might have been last year. There obviously were so many other great players around him, but it's just hard to minimize all the things he does, even though he's not at the highest value position as far as the draft order.
Yeah, I mean, Adam, the guy that keeps coming to mind for me when I think about Caleb Downs and just how versatile he is you think about Pittsburgh, where the draft is Troy Polamalu. I mean, this is a guy, he is just a tremendous football player, and it honestly doesn't even feel like he has a position, which is why it's funny to me why the safety label kind of keeps him held back a little bit, apparently.
Right. I mean, you can make a case, guys, that the best two football players in this draft, which, no one's going to say this isn't, one of the greatest drafts of all time in terms of the collection of players, but it's still a good group. And I think you could say that Caleb and Jeremiah Love from Notre Dame are the two best players. They just happen to play safety and running back. So I think it depends on, is a team going to look past that and maybe see the Polamalu in him and see all of those things that he gives you, regardless of the position he plays. Some teams are very locked into positions and value, and we're not going to compromise drafting a top safety in the top 5. Other teams might say, you know what, we're going to take the best player available regardless of position. And in that case, you could hear Caleb's name very, very early tonight.
Well, Adam, we are getting closer and closer to Fernando Mendoza's big moment, and it's still, I mean, probably for a lot of us, hard to even comprehend that here we are with an Indiana quarterback, wins the Heisman, wins the national championship. I'm disappointed that I'm not going to get a crazy, outlandish Mendoza interview, or maybe we get one of those from his house where the party is. But where's your mind at right now, and how do you think Fernando is gonna work out if Vegas takes him here number 1 like we expect?
I think he's going to work out really well. I mean, I think that one of the problems with the draft is there's so much time before it, and so you'll find ways to poke holes in this prospect or that one. And I guess I understand it because so many quarterbacks don't work out, even those that are drafted in the top 5. But from a size standpoint, mentality, the toughness, I was with Kurt Cignetti earlier this week in Indiana, and we talked about his movement and how that's underrated for a guy that has his arm strength and his overall size and profile. And so I think he's going to do really well. And it is an incredible story of a guy that was not a highly rated recruit or went to a top program right away. He completely changed the Indiana program. He's the biggest reason they won a national title, which we all thought was not possible. And now he's obviously on the cusp of being the number 1 overall pick. So, it's always tricky with quarterbacks, but I like his chances, especially, with Tom Brady there and some of the other pieces that are around him in Vegas.
Around the Big Ten with Adam Rittenberg. Did you say you were in Madison, Adam?
I am still here. Yeah, I was in Bloomington this week. Now it was with Luke earlier today. Yep. I
want to get the feel of what the situation is in Madison, because you have sort of a stay of execution for Luke Fickell. I think a lot of people look at this year and they see it as a year that you have to produce, or else their athletic director just willingly left for a job in the Big Ten Conference office. What is the vibe in Madison right now?
Well, Luke was very direct with me. He basically said, listen, this doesn't change my situation. His quote was, my back's against the wall. Like, he knows that. And he knows he's going to have to win this season regardless of whether Chris McIntosh, the man who hired him, was still his boss, or if they had hired a new permanent athletic director. He does know the interim, Marcus Sedbury, very closely, who was the general manager for Wisconsin Athletics, but essentially the general manager for football. So they're very much in lockstep with Luke and very much supporting each other. But it's about this season. Like, they've got to win. They've got to show real progress. What he emphasized to me was two things. They feel a lot better, not just about their starting quarterback, but a quarterback room that features several players with similar skill sets. They've been wiped out by injuries, as you guys know, the last 2 years at quarterback, and they've also had different types of players. So you go from a guy that you feel great about to not just a backup or a third stringer, but a completely different quarterback, and you have to change the offense for them. So if Colton Joseph, who they feel good about, gets hurt, they feel good about the next guy and his skill set at quarterback. The other thing Luke emphasized to me is, hey, we have not had great leadership here on our team. He feels a lot better about the alphas on this team, even if they're not seniors, guys like Mason Posa, the linebacker, who was a third-team All-Big Ten selection as a freshman. So better quarterback, better leadership, but also a coach who understands, hey, I've got to win or I'm probably out of here.
All right, Adam. So another brand name Big Ten football team that's trying to rebuild its stature this year with a new coach. That's Penn State. I know we talked about how, Campbell's bringing over the transfer quarterback Rocco Becht. He's been hurt here this spring. What have you learned about Becht and his movement over there that's going to work out? How do you see this going year one for Campbell?
Well, yeah, it's not just Rocco Becht. He brought so many players from Iowa State, and I think the challenge for them is integrating, proven starters, multi-year starters, with some of the players that were left over and additional transfers. So I think the overall roster management there is going to be a storyline all the way up until the season, but they don't need to see Rocco Becht practice. Taylor Mauser, the offensive coordinator, Matt Campbell, they've seen him as a starter for multiple seasons. Now they have to see what he can do in the Big Ten. And I would say Penn State's schedule, guys, is quite favorable. This is a team that doesn't have a lot of the heavyweights on the schedule and gets some of them at home, some of their tougher games. So I think Penn State has a chance to bounce back in year one record-wise under Matt Campbell, and then you're going to start to see him build with, let's just call it what it is, higher level recruits and transfers than he was able to get at Iowa State. He was brilliant at developing guys there. I think now you're in the market for higher level players when they arrive to you, whether that's out of high school or through the portal. So I think Becht and all those Iowa State guys make a lot of sense for year one, but we're really going to get a sense for what Matt Campbell and his staff can do in 2027 and beyond.
Thank you, Adam. We appreciate it. We'll talk to you next week, my friend.
Okay, thanks, guys.
Around the Big Ten with Adam Rittenberg on the Bryant Heating and Cooling Systems fan guest hotline. We could be in store for a coaching version of musical chairs. We'll tell you about it next. Common Man and Timmy on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
Sponsored by Meister's Bar and Pizza in Grandview. Come for the pizza, stay for the dive.
Northbound East Outer Belt, there is an accident off on the right shoulder approaching US 33. That's in the construction zone, so a few added delays as a result. Westbound 670 still got that disabled vehicle off on the right shoulder at 3rd with a 5-minute delay back from Leonard. This report is sponsored by Ohio 811. Call before you dig. Contact Ohio 811 at least 48 hours before you dig. It's easy to do and it's the law. CenterPoint Energy, Columbia Gas, Duke Energy, and Enbridge Gas want you to dig safely. Contact Ohio 811 every time you dig. I'm Eddie Zellick, 497.1 The Fan Traffic.
We are hiring. If you are a garage door pro or even just the handy person who can fix anything, we're hiring at Deluxe Door Systems. We're a 30-year garage door staple here in Columbus, willing to pay big to get great people. Apply at deluxedoorsystems.com.
Some choose the fast way, others the easy way. But you do things the right way, like Exmark Mowers and Voss Brothers Power Equipment. Exmark builds the world's finest zero-turn mowers, providing a legendary quality of cut, dependability, along with an experience that makes mowing feel like anything but work. Because if it's worth doing right. Stop by one of Voss Brothers' 3 convenient locations in Powell, Sunbury, or Marysville and discover the Exmark mower that will give your lawn the cut it deserves. Voss Brothers Power Equipment, delivering enjoyment in mowing since 1989.
Whether you love or hate winter, I think we can all agree we need some spring color to brighten up our lives after this winter. For 86 years, spring color starts at Oakland Nursery. Blooming shrubs, fragrant lilacs, hydrangeas, azaleas, and rhododendrons. And don't forget Central Ohio's largest selection of beautiful roses with thousands to choose from. Hey, we've all earned it this year and are entitled to an explosion of vivacious spring color. If you haven't been to Oakland Nursery, you simply haven't been to a nursery.
Hey Central Ohio, it's Andrew from Home Team Solutions, and yes, we buy houses for cash the easy way. We've been buying houses for over 20 years and we've seen it all. Whether you've inherited a property, you're behind on payments, the house needs work, or just want to avoid the hassle of listing, we've got you covered. No repairs, no clean out, no stress, just a fair cash offer and you pick the closing date. We've helped hundreds of homeowners sell fast and hassle-free, and we're proud to have 5-star reviews all across Central Ohio and an A+ rating with the BBB. If you're ready to sell your house the easy way, call Home Team Solutions at 614-962-SELL. That's 614-962-7355 or visit us online at selltohometeam.com. Home Team Solutions, local, trusted, and family owned. Again, that's 614-962-SELL. 614-962-7355 or selltohometeam.com.
Catch Ohio State baseball all season long on The Fan 2. You can find the magical land of The Fan 2 by tuning into 1460 on your AM dial or clicking on The Fan's HD2 feed. Tyler Danberg thanks you. Your home of the Buckeyes, The Fan.
Our yoga instructor challenged us to find inner peace. I found it faster than anyone. After 4 seconds, I stood up and screamed, "I found Nirvana! I win!" They asked me to leave. I guess they don't respect winning. Bet365 does, though. New customers get $200 in bonus bets just for betting $10. Namaste, losers. Bet365. Winning is everything. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-MY-RESET. 21 plus only. Must be physically located in Ohio. T&Cs apply. In-app only.
Sun, splashes, and nonstop fun await at Zoombezi Bay.
Get your season pass for unlimited thrills,
including our all-new conservation tower. Buy now at ZoombeziBay.com.
Hey, it's Austin Ward. Listen to The Beat with Austin and Byrne, now powered by the Waterworks and Header Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing. Get the latest Buckeye news, insights, and unbeatable analysis every day. Don't miss a moment. Stream The Beat with Austin and Byrne, sponsored by the Waterworks and Header Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing.
Say goodbye to car care headaches with Carvenience from Hinderer Motor Company. This is Justin Hinderer. For only $49, we'll pick up your vehicle, leave you with a rental, and return it fully serviced and spotless. No more juggling your schedule or wasting hours at the shop. Carvenience lets you focus on what matters while we take care of all the rest, making life easier. Schedule your service today at HindererMotorCompany.com.
Protect your home or business with Ramos Roofing. Trusted roofing, siding, and gutter solutions with free estimates and flexible financing. Call 614-761-7663 or visit RamosRoofingOhio.com today. Ramos Roofing. Reliable, local, built right.
The Fan Guest Hotline is sponsored by Accurate Heating and Cooling and Bryant. Doing whatever it takes to keep you and your home comfortable. The Fan.
A show with copious amounts of fart sounds. Emphasis on copious.
Oh no, I get a fart, but I don't know which way to lean.
This is Man and Timmy.
Please subscribe to the podcast of The Stupid Show. It's available wherever you get your audio. Just search Common Man and Timmy. Click. Subscribe. Every single show comes right to your device free of charge. Podcast is brought to you by my friends, Care Heating and Cooling. So it's Too Hot Thursday. We'll get to some Too Hots in a second. But I'm looking at the potential coaching carousel that we could have in college basketball. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
There's many different layers to this. First of all, Dusty May just won the national championship with Michigan. We know how he was a possibility to come here. I don't have to rehash all of that. But
please don't.
You hear everybody out there. He's going to be a very hot commodity. Hot. When it comes to NBA teams wanting him this offseason. Is he tempted by that? Does he go someplace? I don't know, Margot.
Todd Golden down in Florida had a little press conference where it was kind of non-committal.
Well,
said, I expect to be at Florida at this time.
That is a bunch of gobbledygook. Steve Kerr could be on his way out. It looks like he may be in Golden State. Does Todd Golden fit into that job? And then who would go back to Florida? Perhaps a Billy Donovan, who is now out of a job in the NBA. His choice. The Bulls wanted him back, and I'm sure that other teams will flirt with him. But if that Florida job becomes open, would that be too sexy for him to pass up? A lot of musical chairs going on, Tim. You're the potential for musical chairs.
You know, and it's a lot different than it used to be, too, because, you know, the game, I guess the way that the game is managed, that's the one thing that's changing. I still want to be very clear. The way the game is played, which you would think theoretically for the coach should still be the biggest part of it, right? Like, yeah, you've got to go out and get a team, but
that's naive. We know that's not the case.
You want to have, and you're seeing this now, where general managers are going to start to pop up because we've seen people that are in the know in the game of college basketball suggest that it's going to take at least $10 million to really play ball, make a run at a national championship. Now, that doesn't mean that it's like with anything. Look at the Mets right now. With the highest payroll, they're having a world of hurt. You still have to get young men to buy into a system, and you got to coach them up the right way. It does start with getting a certain quality of talent in the building, but then if you've got 15 to 25 other guys every single year that are getting that talent, then you've got to be a coach that's at a borderline Hall of Fame type of level as a basketball mind to then get the most out of it. So the college basketball game and the way it's played is still so very different than what's going on at the NBA with the floor spacing, with how all the bigs play, with just the way that they can hit shots at those percentages. It's just different. So you've got to come up with some different offenses, defenses in college basketball that you don't traditionally see at the professional level. So that's why it still intrigues me when we see some of these big names that have already struck it pretty good in college basketball. And it's not going to be about the money. They're going to make all these
guys
money in the
are
world.
filthy rich. It has nothing to do with that.
I mean, look at what Dan Hurley was being wooed to the Lakers, and
he was planting those stories apparently.
You don't think Dan Hurley?
I don't know.
You don't think Dan Hurley, after what he did, kickstarting UConn, was being wooed by a lot of professional teams? But it's a choice, though. It's a personal choice. If it were me and I had already started down a path and I'm basically at the mountaintop, I would consider that to be the peak for me. A lot of people have this in their mind that, I've done what I've done in college basketball, so I've got to go to the NBA now because that's the next thing. You don't necessarily have to look at it that way. You can be a pro basketball, or a Naismith basketball Hall of Famer by doing all your work in college basketball. And you can be known as one of the greatest coaches to ever coach without ever coaching a single set in the NBA.
And you are also filthy rich.
Filthy, stinking rich. Most of these guys, I'd have to look at that. I would bet most of the top college basketball names make more than, say, coach 13 or 14 on the list in the NBA.
There's no question about it.
Right?
You're right.
I mean, same with NFL coaches compared to college football coaches, the top guys.
All right, it's Thursday. You know what that means.
Too hot. Too hot. Sponsored by Ohio Health. Rising to the occasion in the moments that truly matter. Learn more at ohiohealth.com/it's time.
Teddy dazzles us with audio. Where are we starting today, Teddy?
I was thinking about T-Bone and Tyvis.
T-Bone and Tyvis. That makes sense.
What a surprise.
Yeah. All right. Well, if you guys remember, I think it was last week we were talking about the milkshakes and floats. Timmy loves floats. And Common Man hates milkshakes and floats.
Did you hate him too? Were you with me on
Timmy,
that?
I'm not a fan.
Teddy was not a float guy.
I'm not a float guy. I don't hate them. I'm just not a fan of them. I prefer milkshakes.
Probably don't even like a creamsicle either, do you?
I like creamsicle.
Yeah, they're pretty good.
So they brought this topic up, and they had their own thoughts on this. And then also, Ty was at the end of this, he drops in what he was doing last Saturday after the spring game. Here we go.
Oh, you don't like a float?
I don't like a float, but I like a milkshake.
I'll take a float if one is offered. It's not. I usually don't order one if they're on offer. I'm not usually someone who orders a float. I do like a milkshake. I'm more there. Yeah.
I've never had a float because it hasn't appealed to me.
You've never had one?
No, it doesn't. It doesn't appeal to me. So I don't think I would like it.
I've had it, but when I was younger. But I'd rather just a milkshake.
Well,
it doesn't.
Yeah, I mean,
just take a scoop of vanilla ice cream and throw root beer.
You don't like
in
a
there.
lot of, but you don't like a lot of pop. You don't drink a lot of pop.
That's not dark. Did you see?
They make
wait
cream
a minute.
soda. You get a clear cream soda.
Did you see me at Saddle Up? Did you see on my Instagram when I posted the video of Let's Singing Purple Rain?
I didn't see any of this.
Everybody was thinking that I was drunk. No, I wasn't drunk. I was off of 3 cans of Sprite.
Oh man!
So I was lit.
Got it under control.
3 cans of Sprite.
How did I miss that you were? What were you singing? Purple Rain?
Yeah.
With Darius Rucker?
Darius Rucker did his whole set.
Yes.
I only knew Wagon Wheel.
Did you get up and sing with him?
No, I was
just there.
I was right behind the mosh pit.
All of that.
The mosh
All of that. First of all, the fact that he's getting all hopped up on Sprite, 3 Sprites. What is this, amateur hour?
You start slurring your words on Sprite,
have
man?
any caffeine
no,
in it.
There's Zerp in there. That's right. There's no caffeine in Sprite.
He had that mixed with a little Dimetap is what I think was going on.
Does he know there's no caffeine in Sprite?
No, I don't think so.
He's an idiot.
I think it's a state of mind.
One of my favorite guys has some good draft analysis or analysis, whatever you want. We're going to hear from him coming up next. Common Man and Timmy on The Fan.
Fan traffic.
Sponsored by Meister's Bar and Pizza in Grandview. Come for the pizza, stay for the dive.
Northbound East Outer Belt approaching US 33, there is an accident on the right shoulder that's in the construction zone, adding a few minutes extra worth of delays. And eastbound North Outer Belt approaching Sawmill, multiple vehicles off on the right shoulder after striking a metal object in the roadway. ODOT crew over there on scene. This report is sponsored by Custom Air. You're not just a homeowner, you're also an air conditioner that only works sometimes owner. Instead, you need cooling built and tested to keep going. Luckily, there's American Standard Heating and Air Conditioning, built to a higher standard. Visit CustomAirCo.com for your estimate today. I'm Eddie Zellick, 497.1 The Fan Traffic.
Ready to make it rain on the court for a great cause? It's the 3v3 Hoops Tournament at Ohio State University RPAC. Saturday, May 2nd from 12 to 4. Hosted by NBA legend Kenny Anderson. Grab your 3 and let's see who the best trio in Columbus. For your shot at a share of $10,000 in cash. Register now at ClassicForColumbus.com. That's ClassicForColumbus.com.
Presented by the Franklin County Board of Commissioners, Office of Economic Engagement and Community Development, and America 250 Ohio.
Coffee, sandwich, hash browns. Tired of the same breakfast routine? Time to refresh your morning ritual with a $6 Tim's Trio from Tim Hortons. It starts with a premium blend of freshly brewed coffee, a hot, savory breakfast sandwich made with freshly cracked eggs, and for a tasty twist, a daily baked donut to sweeten the deal. Ask for the $6 Tim's Trio. Your morning ritual refreshed. Only at your neighborhood Tim Hortons. At participating U.S. restaurants, must ask for offer. Medium coffee only. Terms apply.
Matty Ice here. April showers bring May flowers and incredible savings at McDaniel GM Superstore in Marion. Spring into a brand new 26 Chevy Silverado 1500 and save up to $13,000 off MSRP. Plus, you can get rates as low as 1.9% with approved credit. Terms and conditions apply. See dealer for details. We're talking serious power, serious capability, and a seriously low price. You can find them just off Route 23 on 95 in Marion or visit McDanielGMSuperstore.com. Chevrolet, together, let's drive.
As the old saying goes, size matters.
At Morgan & Morgan, we have over 1,000 lawyers and nearly 6,000 people on staff.
But at the core, this is and always has been a family business.
Our family watching out for your family.
Call us or email us 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, even on a Saturday or a Sunday. And if you ever have a problem, call our mom.
Morgan & Morgan.
For the people and your family.
Injured? Dial pound law.
Morgan & Morgan, Ohio office located at 600 Vine Street, Cincinnati. Prior results do not guarantee a similar outcome.
There's nothing more meaningful you could do for yourself, your family, and friends than finally getting rid of that pain so they can enjoy time with you again, especially heading into the vacation season. Here, let me help you. Dr. Tessner and his team at QC Kinetics take care of your pain in the office, and you can go right on with your day that easy. So if you say yes to any of these questions, you are the kind of patient QC Kinetics regenerative treatments help every day. I have consistent joint pain in my knees, hips, shoulders, or back. Pain keeps me from getting a good night's sleep. I'm missing work or saying no to activities that I enjoy. I don't want surgery and a long recovery. I am at the end of my rope, taking medication every day just to get through. Did you answer yes to more than one of those questions? Today could be your day to turn that corner and finally get relief. QC Kinetics are easy, done in the office here in Dublin and Gahanna. The consultation is free, so don't wait. It'll be the most meaningful thing you do for yourself and the people who care about you. Call 380-208-4544. 380-208-4544. That's 380-208-4544.
A noisy garage door is a cry for help. Hi, I'm Tommy Mello, owner of Don's Garage Door Service. Most repairs are simple, but if left untreated, they can turn into costly repairs. Your garage door works hard every day, and a little maintenance goes a long way. We fix garage doors fast with quality parts designed to last a lifetime. Over 90,000 five-star reviews don't happen by accident. They happen by putting people first. Fixing your garage doors is what we do. From repairs to upgrades, call Don's Garage Door Service today.
I'm Leslie from Pella Columbus.
And I'm Wilson from that other window place.
Wilson, we put new windows in a Dublin home last week. You wouldn't believe how much new light was let in. Changed the entire mood of the home.
You don't need fancy windows to change the mood of a room, Leslie. Know what else will do that? Wilson's Wicks, my new candle line. Here, smell this one.
Oh, that's bad.
I call it warm tuna salad. It's not for everyone.
Get the windows that can completely change the look and feel of your home at PellaColumbus.com.
Common Man here for Weed Man. I talk to you about Weed Man every year. Why? Simple. Number one, I use it. Number two, it works. You want to get those lawn roots thick, baby, because when that happens, they resist weeds, disease, and insects, and they're using top-of-the-line stuff. We're talking golf course quality. Weed Man is locally owned and operated by Corbin and Audrey. They will take care of you. Proudly serving Central Ohio and our Dayton friends. Call your local office, 614-733-3747, weedman.com. Common Man here for Hollywood Casino Columbus.
Oh, Mikey, did you know something new is coming and it's right around the corner?
What is it?
Now you can stay while you play. It's the all-new Hollywood Casino Columbus Hotel. It's coming June 12th, and we want you to celebrate with us as we open the doors with a can't-miss concert and festival.
And here's something for you this month. It's the Win Your Way drawings on select Wednesdays and Saturdays. You can score $100,000. Plus, coming in May, it's the Hollywood Tribute Concert Series.
Ooh, must be 21 to enter. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-589-9966.
Broadcasting live from the McDaniel GM Superstore Studios, driving excellence since 1916. Chevrolet. Together, let's drive. WBNS HD1 Columbus.
Good afternoon. This is Paul Keels. Ohio State basketball's added another player in the transfer portal, getting guard Curtis Givens III from Memphis. He averaged over 9 points a game, shot 43%, and over 36 from three-point range. Givens also previously played at LSU. BYU freshman A.J. DeBonsa announcing for the NBA draft today. He led the nation in scoring this past season. Among the NBA playoff games tonight, Cleveland at Toronto, where the Cavaliers have a 2-0 lead over the Raptors. First round of the NFL draft coming off in Pittsburgh tonight. Las Vegas picking first, expected to take Fernando Mendoza. Ohio State's Arvell Reese, Carnell Tate, Caleb Downs, and Sonny Styles all projected as first-round picks. Cleveland with picks 6 and 24 in the first round. Cincinnati without a choice. Baseball Clippers at Buffalo tonight. This update brought to you by Awaken 180 Weight Loss. Reach your health and weight goals with Reclaim by Awaken 180, a 10-week medication-free plan. Awaken 180, weightloss.com. Breaking sports news when it happens on the Fan, Ohio's sports destination.
Common Man is one soiled bed sheet away from being Jeff Remmer's legal guardian. This is Man and Timmy.
I got two things for you, Mike.
What?
First, we were talking about the largest crowd ever at the NFL draft since they started having these in big cities. The day one record. You were right about Detroit. Care to give that a ballpark number? What they said, how many fans were quote unquote in attendance? Not even close.
What is it?
275,000 fans.
Yeah, but most
of those, I know, you're just sort of in the area.
Are just bums who live on the streets of Detroit anyway.
They count.
All right. I'm just saying.
If we're going to go to the Kroger Marketplace and have our NFL draft, our courtyard bums count in the final number.
Yeah, and I have a soft spot for the homeless people.
I know you do, Rimmer. Thank you.
It's good, Ted.
Thanks. I like it when you turn that microphone on, Teddy.
You're welcome.
Do it more often.
All right.
It's just quick little bursts from Teddy. And two, I got a bone to pick with both of you guys.
What?
We're now an hour and 2 minutes into the program. Not one of you, even before the show, Teddy didn't say anything before the show.
I'm sorry.
I had to bring him up to you.
I'm sorry.
I'm a man that wears glasses 24/7, 365. It is as much a part of my face as my skin, as my hair, anything on me. And no one says a thing about my brand spanking new clear glasses.
You got new frames today.
It's a big difference.
They're not super clear.
They
have
like a darker clear.
Right. It's a darker tint.
But it's a big difference from the sharp black frame glasses that I've had.
And didn't I tell you when I walked in today that I enjoyed it? And you know I'm not for false compliments. You wore your stupid pants yesterday. You didn't like the fact that I didn't like them.
Didn't like my tan pants.
I didn't like them.
I was so proud of those tan pants.
Well, you know what?
I'm going to keep wearing them, though.
You can wear them if you want, but you asked my opinion. I thought they sucked. I told you your glasses are very nice.
Thank you.
Yeah. Teddy, would you like to say something to Timmy?
I'm right here, Teddy.
They look fantastic. I also did see that Common Man had some glasses on earlier today.
He did have a new pair of frames on.
Yeah.
I don't know if I like them.
I like the frames on Mike. I've tried doing the circular frames myself. I can't like the look on me. I've stared at myself in the mirror, and there's just something not right with the shape of my face. But
there's not a lot right about you.
I'm very
the shape
molly.
of your face is the least of your problems.
Thank you.
Yeah.
And I do like the hat that you picked today.
Well, you
We've
bought
had
me this
ball caps.
hat.
Oh yeah, that's why.
But I like your hat. Oh, I bought it for you.
But look at the lettuce now. Look at the hair. You've almost got the Cam Young shag that's puffing out the back of the hat. It's like a ball player look now. You're making the transition into ball player. And there's something great about that.
I had somebody tell me yesterday that it makes me look younger.
Cam Younger.
I'm on the prowl.
You're not.
Well, Diana Rossini's available now. She's not gonna keep banging Vrabes.
Up here, you're on the prowl. And the confidence is something that just exudes.
Right. Can I tell you something? My whole life is up here.
Oh, that's
all right. I live in my own head. I don't really do anything. I'm gonna go home and look, I got the day off tomorrow. Breaking news. I'm not working tomorrow. Timmy's working tomorrow. Who you hosting with?
Dane Sonsenbacher.
My guy,
is going to be here tomorrow. It's going to be fantastic.
Because Dane's actually low-key really inappropriate, and I appreciate Dane. But you know what I'm doing tomorrow? My big day off? Here's my plans. Wake up, nap.
What time?
Waste time.
Do you have a scheduled nap?
In between waking up and then taking a nap.
Look at the pad.
Maybe I look at the pad. Maybe I got to make a little trip to Zettler. I need a little hardware. You know, this is my day.
What kind of hardware? You got to do stuff with the kitchen?
I need a little nut.
You need a nut, all right.
I do. I need a little nut. I got a little something I got to do tomorrow.
What size? Quarter inch?
How do you bust those things?
Yeah, well, you bust a nut.
You can't.
Yeah.
You can't. No. They're hard, man.
Yeah,
they're
hard.
sterling.
Sterling?
Not sterling.
Sharp.
Marlin.
You went with Marlin.
Starling?
I went with Sterling Sharp.
So we covered the Sterlings.
All right. You want to hear from James Laurinaitis?
Let's hear from Threes.
James Laurinaitis was on Bishop and Friends today. And, of course, draft is tonight. We could see as many as 4 Buckeyes go in the first round. One of those Buckeyes is Sonny Styles. Now, if there's anyone who knows anything about Sonny Styles, it would be...
He knows about Reese, too. He was in his room.
I'm going to get to him. I'm starting with Sonny Styles.
Sonny.
Here is Laurinaitis talking about Sonny Styles.
And how you doing, little partner?
Fine.
You got me.
It's little visitor now. Adewoyoli's how you say it in Cherokee.
Oh, well, pardon my French, but I'll be damned.
Walker told me I have AIDS.
I didn't get Ted, though. Ted shaking his head over there.
Was this the first clip?
I was ready for that.
Was this the first clip today?
I think so.
Yeah, that's why.
Well, I played a too high one.
But he has not really played any kind of sounder at all.
He has
and
not.
We're into the 4 o'clock hour,
Yeah.
so that's pretty rare. It's just a.
You weren't ready for it.
It's just a.
Just give me my props.
Delicate dance that we play,
give
and
me my props.
I wasn't. I thought maybe it was going to be the second, or if we had a third Laurinaitis clip. So good job.
All right, here is Laurinaitis talking about the complete professional that is Sonny Styles.
They're getting a 12-year face of your franchise kid who's going to wear the green dot. He's going to be at every one of your team's charity events, not just his. He's going to be at every teammate's. He's going to be a captain for you. He's going to be a leader in the community. Everyone says there's no such thing as a can't miss. I saw someone write it. There's no such thing as a can't miss, but Sonny's a can't miss. Like, I firmly believe it. And the exciting thing for Sonny's future is that he's only played linebacker 2 seasons. So if you look at the way he played when we won the national championship and how he got better through that season, and then the difference in the way that he used his hands this year. I mean, if you want to watch the Indiana game over again, there are multiple plays that Sonny makes that if he doesn't make the play, I mean, they're rushing the ball for, over 200 yards on us. You know what I mean? It's incredible if he doesn't get off the block, make the tackle. And he really played, I felt like the stretch of up north to Indiana, like he played like a grown man. And
glad it ended
nice
with an and.
Edit.
Who the hell edited that?
Is that you, Baker?
Who the hell edited that?
Is that my man, Ryan Baker?
That's ridiculous. And we're done. What I was about to say was, I don't know why Laurinaitis is wasting his time with this coaching thing. He's really good at this. He should come back to radio.
Come back to Radioland. And I was just going to say, before it ended with and I'm waiting for the next thought, he could not drive the point home anymore for me that as a Washington Commanders fan, where we got pick number 7, where there's all these fun opportunities, whether it could be, I don't think Jeremiah Love, the Notre Dame running back, is going to slip there, and Reese is going to be gone, but Caleb Downs, Carnell Tate, or Sonny Styles, they could be there. And man, would I love Sonny Styles on that team.
All right, here is Laurinaitis talking about how he knew Arvell Reese was going to be special from day one.
Remember, Belly didn't come early. He didn't get here in winter or the spring ball in recruitment. He didn't come till summer. And so, you do these summer workouts, and to see him move, shuffle, maneuver through bags was a perfect no. He was raw as heck, but he could frickin' run. And I'm like, 6'4", can run like that, can move, shuffled with power. Like, some kids can shuffle, but he was gaining ground, and the change of direction was so smooth. I was like, man, if we ever figure this thing out with him, he's a first rounder.
It's one of those things. It's one of those things before you go on with Arvell Reese where I used to go over there for a couple of the spring practices when they would be open to the media and just sort of jot down notes and just, see what I saw. And sometimes it's hard to tell before guys are going full speed and it's a real scrimmage or say you even get to the spring game. But Arvell Reese was just one of those guys that even before he was playing, he just popped off the page. He was just relentless and faster no matter what drill they were doing, whether it was just the simplest nothing drill, just using bursts of speed for 5 to 10 yards. Arvell Reese always seemed like that guy. You know exactly what James Laurinaitis is talking about when he says he could see it from day one. Some guys, you see them, it takes you 10 seconds, and you just know how great they could become.
All right, here is Laurinaitis talking about what coming to Ohio State gets these guys ready for the pros. Here it is.
Because all it takes is for us to be in a different package and not be a nickel with 2 backers, and now you're in dime, and now one of those backers is a safety body. Okay, so do you know the concept, or you just know the playbook, the S? And I think when you have really smart players like those 3 words who are pros, then you can be able to mismatch where they are. Who's the Mike of this play? Who's the Will of this play? I mean, we used to do it all the time on third down. I mean, you'd have technically a Mac and a Buck and a Money, and those 3 were those 3 positions. Okay, well, Sonny, Arvell, you guys can flip it mid-series if you want because they're smart enough to do it. If you have guys that can handle it, go ahead, flip it. That way the team that can't always bank on Belly coming or Sonny coming, put the tools in your hands, which is very much NFL-like, right? Like, hey, here are the list of studs to use. You're out there playing, control it. And that's what we did with Sonny, and that's what we did with Caleb and Arvell.
Excellent interview with James Laurinaitis today on Bishop and Friends. Go subscribe to Bishop and Friends wherever you get your podcasts, and you can listen to it over and over again. And wonderful editing job that we did on those cuts. Just top notch. Too Hot coming up next. Plus, a hillbilly college football coach got paid today. Common Man and Timmy on the Fan.
Fan Traffic.
Sponsored by Meister's Bar and Pizza in Grandview. Come for the pizza, stay for the dive.
Southbound 71 at Hudson Street. It's an accident blocking the left lane, about a 5-minute delay back from Broadway. Westbound 670 at Neal, an accident on the right shoulder, 3-minute delay back from 71. This report is sponsored by CODA. Road closures for Camp City Half Marathon start Friday, April 24th at 5 p.m. and continue through Saturday, April 25th. CODA service downtown and in nearby neighborhoods will be rerouted. Expect delays and check your route at CODA.com. I'm Eddie Zellick, 497.1 The Fan Traffic.
Performance matters in intimate moments. Don't let ED ruin them. This is Jeff for Tri-State Men's Health, and I want to assure you that if you're like the vast majority of guys, you don't have to suffer with ED anymore. In fact, you might be pleasantly surprised at how the right treatments could positively impact your love life. At Tri-State Men's Health, our advanced medical therapies go far beyond pills. We have treatments that are effective in well over 90% of cases, and we offer specific and combinative treatments that can dramatically enhance both your performance and your stamina. You could even last up to an hour or more and bring a far greater level of intimacy to both you and the one you love, perhaps performing like you haven't in years. So call us today and find out why our advanced treatment strategies offer so much more. Your first visit is just $99 and gets you blood work, a medical consult, and if medically advised, a test dose. And if that test dose doesn't work in the office, your visit is free. Call 800-900-9654 or go to tristatemenshealth.com. Tri-State Men's Health, advanced medical science to improve men's lives.
Thousands of students every year choose Columbus State Community College, earning degrees that open doors to in-demand jobs, stable careers, and real earning power. Columbus State is making Central Ohio stronger. Apply today at cscc.edu.
Listen up, Columbus. Before you buy or lease a new Honda, see Lindsay Honda first. For a limited time, every new Honda includes a complimentary gift. Choose a KitchenAid stand mixer, a 75-inch high-def TV, or a zero-gravity massage chair when you buy any new Honda. Plus, drive a new 2026 Civic Sport, just $199 a month, or a 2026 CR-V LX, just $279 a month.
Honda makes the cars. Lindsay makes the difference.
During the Honda Spring Event, see lindsayhonda.com for details.
Hey, it's Anthony. By now you know my good feet story, but the point I try to get across is that it's an ongoing one for me. For as long as I can remember, it's always been about my lower back. But when I got fitted for my personal arch supports, it's been an absolute game changer. I feel better. They take all the stress off my back. I feel supported and aligned, and you don't hear me complain about it the way I used to. I could feel the difference instantly, and I didn't have to wait to feel that difference. Once I got fitted, popped them in my shoes, took the test walk around the store, and now on a daily basis, everything feels better. And that's what I mean about an ongoing story. This journey to feeling more comfortable makes everything better. You can make an appointment online or just stop into the Good Feet store in Grove City or the one on Polaris Parkway in Westerville, and their experts will personally fit you. Then do what I did. Take a test walk around, and you will feel the difference. Do your feet a favor. Get started at goodfeet.com.
With over 33 years of experience, Newman Roofing has become a household name in Central Ohio. Voted best roofing company 4 years in a row, Newman Roofing delivers a white glove experience every time. When it comes to your roof, call 614-NEW-ROOF or visit newmanroofing.com today.
Join the Fan weeknights at 6 for the Buckeye Show. And if you're asking if it's just a bunch of homers rooting for all things Ohio State, yes it is. Proud to be your flagship home of the Buckeyes, the Fan, Ohio's sports destination.
Nobody ever cast a vote for Amy Acton, but she stopped yours. At the last minute, the day before the 2020 primary, Acton called off and canceled the election, defying a judge's orders and abusing her power to silence voters. Now, Acton wants more power as our governor. We already gave her a chance, and we've seen what she'll do. Suspend elections and silence us. Ohio can't afford liberal Amy Acton leading our state. We deserve a governor who will stand up for voters, not shut them down. As our governor, Vivek Ramaswamy will fight for us to protect our voice at the polls and defend election integrity by supporting safe and secure elections with voter ID. Because here in Ohio, voters have the power, not unelected bureaucrats. Protecting your voice to secure our future. Lower costs, bigger paychecks. Vivek Ramaswamy for governor.
Paid for by Vivek Ramaswamy and Rob McCauley for Ohio.
Epic parties start at Staples. Now you can grab Party City balloons, decorations, and tableware, plus matching custom invites, banners, and more right at Staples. That was easy.
Fan weather.
From the Logan AC and Heat Services Weather Center.
We'll look for clear skies overnight across central Ohio into Friday morning. On Friday, a lot of sunshine and warmer with highs in the low 80s. Most of the day is dry with a lot of sun, but then late in the day, a little front comes in with about a 40% chance of some rain, even a couple of thunderstorms across the area, which could trickle in to very early Saturday. Saturday will turn drier and partly sunny as the day wears on. High temperatures in the low 70s. Sunday looks sunny and low 70s as well. That is your 97.1 The Fan weather forecast. I'm 10 Weather Impact Chief Meteorologist Chris Tomer.
The Sportsbook at Hollywood Casino Columbus is the official sportsbook sponsor of Common Man and Timmy. Must be 21. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-589-9966.
The #1 pizza expert and the #4 college basketball expert at the radio station.
Just from looking at your clothes and weight, I can tell you all watch a lot of free network television.
This is Man and Timmy.
Fishy has handed me the plug sheet for tomorrow. You ready?
Plug away.
You ready? Well, we get things started with T-Bone and Tyvis, 6 o'clock tomorrow morning. Bishop and Friends starts at 9. They'll talk to Tim May at 10:30. Rothman and Ice, noon to 3. At 1 o'clock, they're going to talk to Rhett Lewis from the NFL Network. You know Rhett, don't you, Teddy?
Yeah, he was in Gone with the Wind, I believe.
Rhett Lewis?
Who are you talking? Who are you referring to?
Rhett Butler.
Rhett Butler.
Is that his name?
What about? Wasn't there an old running back named Eric Rhett?
Eric Rhett.
That's right. Played for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Was it Eric with a T, like Eric Rhett?
I don't know.
One of those things.
But I do know that you have to have the last name of Lewis to be a guest on Rothman and Ice because Chin Music with Jensen Lewis at 2:30 tomorrow, and it's Go to Jail Friday on this show.
Two Lewises,
no waiting.
Two Lewises.
Kalen DeBoer, Alabama head coach, gets a new 7-year, $87.5 million contract. Remember before the big game with Auburn where it was, if you lose this game, we're going to fire your ass and all that? Well, apparently that's all gone because he's got himself $87.5 million on a deal.
I'm trying to understand. Could you... So you get your asses absolutely kicked on a national stage by little old Indiana.
That wasn't
right?
real. That wasn't real, though.
Yeah, right.
That's what I'm always told.
Yeah, because
whenever the result's not the way it should be for a hillbilly school, there's always some sort of situation, circumstance that makes it not count.
And I got no problem with who's their defensive coordinator? Why am I blanking on his name? Bryant Haynes, or does that sound right? Indiana's defensive coordinator?
Rhett Lewis. Rhett Lewis.
Indiana DC Rhett Lewis. He clapped back when ex-Alabama quarterback Ty Simpson was talking about their blowout loss to Indiana. And I don't know what washes over a guy when you just can't tip your cap to another team for completely owning your asses on the field of play. That happens sometimes in sports, you know? It is okay to say, I had a terrible day. I did not play like the player that I know I am, and I didn't play to my standards. And Indiana was really freaking good, and they were on top of everything. You always have to come up with some kind of caveat. And Ty Simpson's caveat was that they are just very basic. They were just very... in their place at the right time, but I could see everything that they were doing. I could read it. I knew exactly what was happening. But, and they just never made mistakes, and they were always where they were supposed to be. And so Indiana's DC, they really fired back on that. But, hey, here we are talking about a fat extension for Kalen DeBoer.
Kalen DeBoer.
He was under contract till 2031.
Of course he was. That doesn't mean anything. But he was linked to Michigan and Penn State in the offseason.
Yeah, but
so they started working. I know it's dumb, but this is the way it is.
That's already done.
It's stupid. Kalen DeBoer is 20-8 at 2 seasons in Alabama. By the way, Paul Feinbaum, Pied Piper of the Hillbillies, was on with Bishop and friends today, and he said that the Alabama fans are not happy with this contract.
The reaction yesterday on our show, the story broke about 4:30, and I mean, it was. I mean, you had to search. You needed a search party to find somebody who didn't immediately want Greg Byrne, the athletic director, fired. It really turned ugly. And what made it even worse is the fact that DeBoer had about a $63 million buyout. Now it's up to close to $70 million. This is at the end of next season. That's actually February 1st. And he got fired literally the day after the season. It would cost the school about $78 million.
Yeah, so they would owe him 90% of his remaining compensation if they fired him without cause, which would be for just sucking in the games and not winning enough. And as you just mentioned, they've lost 4 football games in each of his first 2 seasons. Now, at a lot of places, that might not be that bad, but the standard that's already been set by the guy before him at Alabama is not that good. But sure, you can keep telling us how you're still that good and you guys are still that conference, but you're just beating each other up. Sure doesn't feel that way with the way you guys are talking about yourselves and how unhappy you are with your own extension of this guy.
Credit to the fans, though. They're not drinking the Kool-Aid. They have standards. Apparently, the administration doesn't necessarily feel the same way. All right, it's Too Hot Thursday.
Too hot.
What do we got, Teddy?
All right, let's go to Bishop and Friends. And, of course, on Tuesdays, one of my favorite segments, they have Tuesdays with Tiberi on there. And this week, Dom was really upset because Ryan Baker was making some accusations about him, saying that there was a Ohio State quarterback controversy. And Dom's like, hey, I never said that. My people on my feed were saying that. But I'll have Dom defend himself here about those comments. Here we go.
You know what?
Is this a false accusation? Is that what you're saying? It's a false accusation from Mr. Baker?
Yeah, I put it out. I directed it right to him. I knew what was going on. Rothman gave me a hint. He said, hey, I just want to let you know. See, Rothman, by the way, in case you don't know, he's a dog policeman. Yes, he's a dog policeman, and he enforces the law. He's a law. That's why he's out handling all the parking issues we've got here at 10 TV.
I don't know that he's a dog policeman.
Yes, he is.
He's
got a dog.
Society.
He's a dog badge. He's got arrest rights.
Not a dog badge.
He may come in here and arrest Baker for not telling the truth. He's a dog cop.
He's got a dog badge?
Yes, he does. He is a dog.
No, he's a humane society. He's
Same difference.
He's taking care of all the animals.
Well, I think Baker's an animal.
Baker stirred this up on you?
Oh, yeah.
I mean, I've been called worse before.
All I know is I thought Bake was my buddy, and then all of a sudden I feel something in my back, and I didn't know what it was. There's a big knife in my back, Baker.
I think the real story is that Rothman's going around stirring up the crap.
Well,
right? Did you hear what
hold on.
Baker said about you on the air?
Is it Anthony or is it Dom? Because Dom... Something about Dom hitting these anniversaries.
What do you mean hitting the anniversaries? What does that mean?
Hitting his anniversaries of being here for 43 years and the time.
Are you saying he
spent
gets
here
less lucid every year? Yes, good call.
That's exactly what I'm saying. It's a combination of I don't GAF and I have no idea what's going on in my brain. Every day, it's something different with Dom. I go and, he acts like he's interested in my life for 2 seconds, and then I'll ask him a question, or he'll start to answer, and then he'll just turn over to Nicole and say, hey, Coco, what do you think of the shape of this chicken nugget?
Well, he's done. He's done
sorry,
with you
Dom,
now.
I thought we were talking.
This one kind of looks like the Virgin Mary. You think I could put this on eBay? Get a couple dollars for it.
He was yelling at me today because I dare say he try a falafel. He had never heard of a falafel, will never try a falafel. I said, Dom, it's delicious. You fry it, you dip it in some sauce, you can wrap it up in a pita. I'm not eating that crap. Don's palate is worse than a toddler's.
I don't know.
Than a toddler's.
I don't know what's up with him.
You'd think as you get older, you'd broaden your horizons a little bit. What do you got to lose?
I don't know what the deal is with him and Anthony going back and forth these past couple of days or so. I have heard Anthony talk about the parking situation out there. We all do, though. Speaking of which, I got a bone to pick with evil bald Colin.
Oh, he stuck it to you today.
Something about this guy. Boy, he gets his new gig.
He gets
he's
a promotion.
Off of Rothman and Ice now.
Behind the scenes. He's got all this power. And he just looked at that no parking sign today.
He jammed it right in.
He didn't even, it wasn't even like, it was to
like
the
a sliver.
side.
Yeah.
No. He just looked at it. It was Tim May-esque.
His whole car is to the right of that no parking sign.
He didn't give a crap.
Usually like a sliver of
raining.
The right side can maybe touch that no parking sign and we can let you get away with it.
There's no weather. There's no rain. It's a bright, sunny day. He pulled right up and said, yeah, good enough.
Oh, and the other day, too, he just came up to work without his key card. Because you know what he did? He just texted Reimer and said, hey, Reimer, get your effing ass up here. Let me in.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
He dropped what he was doing.
Gotta stop tweeting about college basketball now.
Gotta let Colin in.
Come and let you in.
Colin's
Too hot.
here to work.
All right, Teddy, give me another one.
All right. One of our favorite wrestlers, Ric Flair, he was making an appearance yesterday saying a lot of things on the Ariel Helwani show. Did you guys see this at all?
I did not.
I didn't see it.
You actually told me this was coming, and I purposely said, don't tell me anything about it. I don't want to hear it.
All right, here's a clip when Ariel Helwani asked him if Rick was familiar with Wilt Chamberlain's record. Okay. You know what I'm talking about, right? All right, here we go.
You know that famous Wilt Chamberlain 10,000 number?
Wilt
the Stilt.
I blew by him and I was 39.
What? 39? You're double now.
Well, hey, I can't listen. The one thing I want to make clear to you, they weren't all 10s. There was a couple of heavyweights along the way, but it was in a small town.
Just a couple, right? Just a couple.
Yeah, I don't remember their names. I don't want them to remember mine.
Yuck.
Oh, my God.
Is there anything worse than an old, decrepit man talking about banging ugly chicks?
Rick must have been hanging out with the big old women in San Antonio.
Who's that, Charles Barkley?
It's Charles Barkley.
No, we're talking
Showed up for a second.
like Fort Wayne. I'm talking about San Antonio. The places these wrestlers would go, they go these little tiny places.
What about the Wisconsin Butterburger Sloots? They could be pretty big.
It's pretty gross, Ted.
Yuck.
I got another one for you.
What was that?
Oh,
what was
good.
his
I'm so excited.
creepy? What was his creepy laugh after his own comment?
Teddy's got another one for us coming up in 2 minutes. Common Man and Timmy on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
Sponsored by Meister's Bar and Pizza in Grandview. Come for the pizza, stay for the dive.
Westbound 670 at Neal Avenue, there's an accident off on the right shoulder with about a 2-minute delay back from 71. And eastbound North Outer Belt approaching Sawmill, multiple vehicles there off on the right shoulder after striking a metal object in the roadway. Traffic slow back from 161. This report is sponsored by Vision Zero Columbus. Serious crashes on Columbus streets cause permanent physical, financial, emotional, and property damage. Vision Zero is changing that through roadway redesign and a commitment to zero traffic deaths. Find out how at columbus.gov/Vision Zero. I'm Eddie Zellick, 497.1 The Fan Traffic.
Common Man here for GoGermain.com. I have been telling you about my friends at Germain for a long time, and it's because they bring the goods. And right now, you get $3,000 over Kelley Blue Book on your trade during the Germain Trade and Upgrade Sales Event. Yes, cue the trumpets. Nearly 4,000 new and pre-owned vehicles, plus an extra $3,000 on your trade means your budget goes further. And with their $1,000 price promise, no one's going to sell you a car for less. Get started now at GoGermain.com.
Mike Rowe here with a random fact. More than half of the homes that have basements in North America will experience water damage. It's true. Whether it's basement moisture, flooding, or bowing walls, do yourself a favor and call a groundworks company. I spent some time working with these guys. They're the real deal. Their people are trained and certified to waterproof your basement and stabilize your walls. Schedule a free inspection with Ohio Basement Authority, a groundworks company.
Licensed in all states where work is performed. See website for details.
I love Right Pack Credit Union because they're solution driven.
I feel valued as a member.
They're focused on the latest technology and the personal connections.
Experience benefits that go beyond banking with Right Pack Credit Union. Just ask our actual members.
I definitely recommend Right Pack to all my family and friends as a credit union of choice.
Visit one of our Columbus area Right Pack Credit Union member centers near you. Based on individual members' experiences, results may vary.
Common Man and Timmy is sponsored by the Hinderer Motor Company. Listen every weekday from 3 to 6. They're good, clean boys. The Fan.
Oh, hi.
Hi.
We interrupt office ping pong to bring you an immature radio show. This is Common Man and Timmy.
This dumb show brought to you by the Hinderer Motor Company. First of all, speaking of ping pong, before we get back to too hot and disgusting Ric Flair comments, Sony has come up with a robot playing ping pong machine.
What do you think of this
Or
thing?
not robot playing, a ping pong playing robot is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
And it's apparently so good that it's beating the top players in the world.
It's incredible,
Ping
isn't
pong
it?
robot.
It's really incredible. So this thing is massive. It has like a giant base. So then that's how it has its side to side and backwards, frontwards movement. And then it just has one like ergonomical arm that has a joint in it, like a human arm. But yeah, the thing is very fluid.
It's cheating.
It's hitting
I don't like
really fast
it's
shots.
Not. Let me tell you something. Part of ping pong is moving your opponent around. Okay? Getting them on one side of the table, looking on the other side of the table, running from side to side. You don't have to do that with this robot. Just sort of stays put.
Right.
Has the long arm of the law. It can get anything you throw at it. That's not fair. If you're going to make a robot, it's got to be able to recreate human motion.
I've got to be able to read the robot.
Exactly.
Like I can read your eyes, and sometimes That's the cat and mouse game. Maybe you're trying to throw me off with your eyes. Maybe you're trying to throw me off with your body position and you're going to try to cross over your body. Sometimes I kind of know like what side of the table you're planning on hitting it by the way that the game's been going. It's almost like a game of poker.
That's the nuance of sport. When you take that out of the equation, technically you have something very proficient, right? That's better, air quotes, than any human being. But then who the hell wants to watch that?
So what's the ultimate point that we make this? That it's just cool to show in a video? Because we're not gonna throw the robot into any competition because that's dumb.
Look, I don't.
What are we doing that for?
See
who can beat the robot?
But I will be this guy for a second because I think it's very simple sometimes to say, we wasted that money for you. Take it and spend it on kids with cancer. But you know what I am going to say? Ping pong robot, don't need it. Instead, let's spend it on kids with cancer. Let's do that. How much do you think that robot costs?
I mean, the development?
Millions of dollars.
The R&D?
Millions of dollars.
Millions, yeah.
Give it to Danny Thomas.
Sure.
Help the St. Jude kids.
Do anything. Do anything else. Buy the entire world free pizza. Anything.
Ooh, free pizza.
Which, by the way, I did get myself a slice when I left the club, Sam's Club today, and picked up my glasses.
You didn't get the hot dog?
No, I went with the pizza combo.
All right.
I actually did an upgrade to the pizza combo because instead of the soda, I got a little icy.
Ooh.
Icy machine was up and
making
running.
Afternoon show money.
Extra coin. Yeah, big ratings guy.
That's right. For my money, there can't be a better lunch deal than if you hit up your Sam's Club bar or your Costco bar. And the pizza is really underrated. It is a big, thick slice. It's sort of a traditional style slice. It's like 3 slices of pizza in one. And I noticed that they used to always just throw it on a paper plate and cover it with foil because sometimes you might be taking that on the go. Now they got the nice little like form to fit pizza boxes that you can take
triangle
with you.
shaped.
The triangular shaped on the go pizza box. Brought that here. Had one little crushed red pepper and one parm packet. What a nice little lunch that was.
And an icy?
And an icy.
What flavor?
I went with a cola mixed with cherry.
How much that set you back?
I'm asking how much that set you back. That whole endeavor was $275.
What a deal. Let me tell you something.
It's like 2-3 slices of pizza.
You can't. That's why Al-Qaeda hates us. You can't beat that deal. Can't beat it.
You can get the full pie, I think, for $8. One time I had guys over that were, I forget what the job was, but I had some people working on the house, and I was in the Sam's Club. I thought about doing something nice. I picked up an entire pizza. I brought it home. Everybody just loved it. Crushed the whole pie.
That's nice of you.
Yeah, thank you.
I feel like people neglect.
It didn't break the bank. I was there. I was getting a snack myself.
That's very nice. That's very nice.
Just get an entire pie. Bring it home. If they like it, they like it. If they don't, whatever. I'll eat it.
I like that.
Thank you.
You're a good kid. Teddy?
No, I'm not.
Too hot. Speaking of good and clean, how about some more Ric Flair sound bites?
Yes, Ric Flair on the Ariel Helwani
This guy's
show.
nuts.
And he had some comments talking about how one time, he lost a lot of Rolexes and he blamed The Undertaker and also Kurt Hennig for these issues. All right, here we go.
I've lost 4 Rolexes hanging out with Undertaker, that son of a bitch.
What do you mean? What do you mean? With The Undertaker? Why?
Because I used to get drunk with him and then, what's the name? Kurt Hennig and roofing me. And
What?
I woke up one night in Baltimore with 2 girls. My wallet was gone, my wrist was gone. So I'm married, right? So I'm going to go, okay, girls, what the where's my Oh, you threw your Rolex in a bowl of spaghetti last night at Sabatino's. Said you had 13 of them. Well, what am I going to do? Call the cops? I'm married, I mean, like.
You said Kurt Hennig roofied you?
Yeah. He roofed me on the plane ride from hell, too, brother. Hey, and Ariel?
Yes?
You can find enough money. I'll tell you the whole story.
Golly.
About those people. I got it all.
I want to ask a very serious question right now. Does Ariel have any personal responsibility just putting a broken down, probably brain dead and drunk old man on the air. I mean, seriously, just because someone will come on.
My thoughts exactly.
Doesn't
Mike.
mean that we should put him on. I mean, I wouldn't walk into the nursing home like, hey, this guy says some funny crap in the hallway.
Listen to this dude.
Let's put him on the air. Well, is there no personal responsibility? Look, we make jokes about, hey, I'm one soiled bedsheet away from being Rimmer's guardian. Rimmer's like Neil deGrasse Tyson compared to what I just heard. What are we talking about? You can't put a guy like that on in a public forum. I don't care if he wants to come on or not.
Yeah, Rimmer's a learned doctor. I
would trust him to operate on me.
I'm thinking the same thing as I'm listening to that. Who wanted to listen to all that? And,
it's sad.
And Ric Flair has had a serious downturn. It was only about 5 to 10 years ago where he was doing every single promotion under the sun. Remember, he reached this phase in his life where he was becoming a fan of whatever sports team wanted to hire him.
Yes, that's
for
right.
that specific
he would
event.
Show up at camp.
He was picking up, cash payments wherever he could. He did the Michigan thing.
Did Michigan signing day.
He did Michigan signing day with Tellis Newell and Cybeth Huel.
Yeah, look, he had brain damage then.
Man.
He couldn't say any of the words. But this is a whole new level.
He's getting to Gary Busey land. You seen Busey?
I think I would take Busey.
No.
I think over what I just heard. What does Busey do? He's got that high-pitched.
Yeah. Okay. Busey had like a thing where he was, yammering about buttered sausage in the middle of an interview. That's when you. And that's been a while too. When he did that, what do you think about buttered sausage? Huh? Buttered sausage? What are you talking about? It's buttered. It's sausage. It'll get ya.
Yay.
Is that it?
That's it. That's Gary Busey.
That's Busey? Yeah. He's still doing stuff on Instagram right now.
How you doing, Gary?
One of my recent lifetimes, I was burned at the stake as a female witch.
That's more lucid than what we just heard from Ric Flair.
It's time to stop.
What athletic sports did you play when you were young?
What?
Do you go to church?
I am a church.
Okay.
It's so wild too because I pop on Point Break and he's just awesome in that. It's one of my favorite action movies. I get
it's
it.
40
I
years
get
old,
it.
that movie.
That was back in the mid-90s. I know. But what the hell happened to Gary Busey to go that crazy? He might have always been that crazy. Even that's why he was a good actor.
Timmy was overcome with nostalgia this morning. He'll tell you about it coming up next. Colin Man and Timmy on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
Sponsored by Meister's Bar and Pizza in Grandview. Come for the pizza, stay for the dive.
Westbound 670 at Neal Avenue. It's an accident off on the right shoulder with a minute or two worth of delays back from 71. There's also an accident on Stigler Road that's near Morse Road. This report is sponsored by Murphy Tractor. With John Deere construction equipment rattles from Murphy Tractor, nothing stands between you and a job well done. Need smart grade, TopCon Trimble, or attachments? Their rental fleet is always work ready. Learn more at murphytractor.com. I'm Eddie Zellick, 497.1 The Fan Traffic.
Hey, it's Austin Ward. Listen to The Beat with Austin and Byrne, now powered by the Waterworks and Header Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing. Get the latest Buckeye news, insights, and unbeatable analysis every day. Don't miss a moment. Stream The Beat with Austin and Byrne, sponsored by the Waterworks and Header Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing.
Hey, John, why so glum?
I just got let go. The company's downsizing. This is the third time in the last 2 years. I'm done with this.
Have you thought about My Computer Career? I've heard they can train you for a career in IT in just a few months, including cybersecurity and the basics of AI. And you don't need prior training or experience. Now that's a recession-resistant career.
Wow, thanks. I'll check them out.
Go to mycomputercareer.edu and take the free career evaluation. Mycomputercareer.edu, an Elite CompTIA certification partner. Financial aid is available to those who qualify, including VA benefits.
Listen up, Columbus. Before you buy or lease a new Honda, see Lindsay Honda first. For a limited time, every new Honda Honda includes a complimentary gift. Choose a KitchenAid stand mixer, a 75-inch high-def TV, or a zero-gravity massage chair when you buy any new Honda. Plus, drive a new 2026 Civic Sport, just $199 a month, or a 2026 CR-V LX, just $279 a month.
Honda makes the cars. Lindsay makes the difference.
During the Honda Spring Event. See lindsayhonda.com for details.
Welcome to the Ohio Lottery's Made from Scratch show. Today, I'm sharing how you can make dough from scratch. We're adding a dash of fun and a sprinkle of luck. Now, let's get cooking and see what we've got. And voila! A fresh batch of Ohio Lottery $5 scratch-offs. Nice.
Play aces and eights with over $20 million in cash prizes and a top prize of $150,000. Players are subject to Ohio laws and commission regulations. Play responsibly.
Some choose the fast way, others choose the easy way, but you do things the right way. That's why professionals and homeowners trust Voss Brothers Power Equipment, your source for Exmark mowers. Engineered to deliver the world's finest zero-turn mowers with a legendary quality of cut, durability that lasts for generations, and an experience that feels like anything but work. Because if it's worth doing right. Visit Voss Brothers Power Equipment with locations in Powell, Sunbury, and Marysville, and find the Exmark mower built for you. Voss Brothers Power Equipment, delivering enjoyment in mowing since 1989.
Tyvis Powell is a contradiction. He'll police the food you have on your plate and shame you into dieting. Also, he has a burner Uber Eats account so his wife doesn't know what he's eating. Timon and Tyvis.
Weekday mornings at 6.
The Fan.
Country music's biggest selling superstar, Luke Combs, presents My Kind of Saturday Night Tour.
Sounds like my kind of Saturday night.
Luke Combs, live in concert in Columbus, playing at Ohio Stadium, Saturday, April 25th, with special guests Dierks Bentley, Ty Myers, Jake Worthington, and Thelma and James. Get tickets now at lukecombs.com.
Protect your home or business with Ramos Roofing. Trusted roofing, siding, and gutter solutions with free estimates and flexible financing. Call 614-761-7663 or visit ramosroofingohio.com today. Ramos Roofing. Reliable, local, built right.
What can ADP do for small business? We help answer the business questions, like how do you track employee time? How do you do payroll taxes? Or what does compliance even mean? So small businesses can focus on bigger questions. Now florists can ask, can we invent another holiday to sell bouquets? Pizza shops can ask, how do we stuff a calzone into a pizza crust? And pool cleaners can ask, what is that thing in the filter? These are the questions you can focus on when ADP takes care of the business of your small business. ADP for small business.
Forever starts with the perfect diamond. Hi, it's Alex Johnson from the Diamond Cellar, and for over 78 years, our family has helped generations of couples celebrate love with brilliance, quality, and unbeatable prices. At Diamond Cellar, bigger diamonds and better prices are our promise to you. Whether you're popping the question or upgrading your sparkle, trust the experts. Because diamonds, they're our forte. Visit us at Diamond Cellar on Sawmill Road or at Easton Town Center and learn more at diamondcellar.com.
All your favorite fan shows are available when you want them.
Head to 971thefan.com and hit that subscribe button.
The Fan, Ohio sports destination.
Their favorite basketball players are Leaky Black and Grady Dick.
That is childish nonsense.
You're listening to Common Man and Timmy.
All right, Mikey, so yesterday I was just overcome with nostalgia for a couple of reasons. First, I don't think that we read hard copy magazines enough anymore. They feel like they're a thing of the past. Now, they still exist because I'm holding one in my hand right here, and I find this one pretty good. This actually is the PSA magazine. PSA, you know, is the card grader. They come out with a monthly edition, and it's got a good stock to it. It's got a good thickness
that's
to
almost
it.
like
feel that magazine. Tell me what you think. It's like the...
it's almost like a catalog.
It is. It feels like a catalog. It's not a glossy print, but it's
it's a
nice matte finish.
Yeah.
It's solid. It's got good color to it, and the articles in there are really good, and it combines two things that I love. But the thing I like about it is it doesn't just focus on solely cards or collectibles with little blurbs like, oh, and this collectible was found by so-and-so in this year, and it's worth this much. It actually has some good little blurbs about the athletes, about the teams that the collectible's about. That is that's part of the club.
I was going to say there's no ads in here.
I joined the yearly club. You're right about that. There's hardly any ads.
No, there's no ads in there.
They advertise themselves a little bit, and they put the QR code. That way, if you had it,
I wouldn't even qualify that as a magazine. That's not a magazine that you have.
I understand.
That's a special print edition for club members.
But you see how it looks and it feels like a magazine, and we just don't really flip through those anymore. And part of it was just fun to sort of open the magazine, flip, check out a short article here that took me 5 to 10 minutes to read. You talk about some of the shows that you like to watch. You consume in 10-minute editions, some of the history type of stuff.
Here's what I've decided about me, because you're always like, hey, this is a good show. Watch it. And I look at it, and it's like, oh, every episode's an hour, and there's 11 of them. I don't have patience for that anymore. I am the equivalent of a grown man toddler, where I just want someone to tell me a story. You know, the little kids would always ask every 10 seconds, tell me a story, tell me a story. That's what I want.
Right. You're like an adult version of today's teenagers, because they flip through their phones. They watch things in short bursts. None of the kids watch any shows
Every
anymore.
show on the History Channel, I don't care what the show is called, it's the same thing. Whether it's Dan Aykroyd talking to you, or William Shatner, or Danny Trejo, or David Duchovny, it's the same crap.
Danny Trejo, didn't he just die?
He's dead?
I think
Danny Trejo died?
I think I thought he died. Well, or at least he's really, really old. All right, go on.
Anyway, the whole show is the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, did you know that there was a Leonardo da Vinci painting discovered in someone's garage? And then they'll tell you that story for 10 minutes. Okay, on to the next thing. And I learn little things in little bursts. And then we're done. We're on to the next thing. That's what I like.
So you just consume it like that. It's almost like you're flipping through to the next little tidbit that you get to learn.
Absolutely.
Was that the last thing that you learned? Anything else good?
Mustard gas in World War II.
Bad. Mess you up, man.
I accidentally got into a 7-Eleven. We're going to tell you that story. And then 10 minutes
everybody
later.
died.
And then 10 minutes later, it's a news story.
So back to the PSA mag that I was scrolling through. And I read a lot of good stuff in here. There was an article about the rise of collegiate cards and how NIL is paving the way for guys to really earn. And I noticed you doing this too in the past when you had signed collectible type of things concerning your show before I jumped into the mix last year. And you would do almost like a little numbered system. And that's very interesting because that's something that the card industry has really latched onto, where you're going to have added value to your card. Sometimes it's printed on by Panini, by the manufacturer, which now the big news is Topps has taken over the NFL licensing. So the real NFL cards from this point going forward are back in the hands of Topps. So that's some big news.
We used to do that when we had like the limited edition stickers that we do for the show.
That's right. With the
like,
stickers.
oh, there's 100 of them. Well, I would number them. So then you would know, like, oh, I got number 71.
Yep.
I really have 100 of these.
Yeah.
You're not going to run into someone else with another number 71.
And a lot of players, they can earn some bucks by doing the autograph signings. Depending on who the player is, they might do a deal with Panini or with Topps or with everybody.
Cups.
Gabe Cups. Yeah, he's going to do a lot of autograph signings. They had a thing about Braden Smith from Purdue, the guard. He actually loves collecting himself. And there was a quote in here from one of our own guys, Ryan at Card Collector 2, one of the very successful shops in Grove City, was quoted in here as giving Braden Smith advice on how you should try to, not all the time, but every once in a while, do special little inscriptions. When most guys are just signing their name the exact same way 1,000 times to get it over and done with, get the payment, he would write like different things, like Peaky B or whatever that means, and he would write NCAA Assist King when he got the record
cool.
on some cards,
like
and then that would ramp up the value.
Sign your name, and then underneath you just write,
great ass.
Hitler had some good ideas. That would be a collectible. I'm not saying it should be.
David Adolph
but it would
might have wrote something like that on it. But the thing that really stopped me and got me feeling really nostalgic was the piece about old ticket stubs. And I'm looking at all these images, and they're slabbed, like they've got the PSA grades on it. I'm reading some stories about these tickets. I'm looking at this one, 1923. It was when Yankee Stadium opened. It was day one of Yankee Stadium, the house that Ruth built. What do you think was the attendance that day? How many fans do you think were on hand? 1923 for the Yankees when they took on the Red Sox. The Yankees beat them 4-1.
6,000, 6,500.
75,000 people.
75,000?
75,000 people in 1923 were at Yankee Stadium. And this is one of just a few ticket stubs that remains. And someone's got this right here. And then there's Bob Feller in 1940 when the Indians beat the White Sox on opening day, and he threw a no-hitter. Bob Feller, also one of just the baddest dudes ever, was the first athlete that went to go join the war effort. The day after the Pearl Harbor bombings, he stopped what he was doing. 4 or 5 years into his career?
What did he wind up doing?
Was gone for 4 seasons.
Fighter pilot?
He operated a heavy 40-millimeter anti-aircraft gun, and then came back and was still a Hall of Fame pitcher.
A lot of those guys did that
100 plus
stuff.
more games. But he was a dude. And my plea to sports franchises everywhere, please bring back printed tickets. We're in this digital age. I told you, I've got an old youth football tin that's on my workbench, and I don't open it. It's got a slit or a slot, whatever you want to call it, in the top of it. And every now and then, you still do get a printed ticket if it's something that's promotional. I've gotten some from going to the plays. I just stick the ticket in there, and then later in life, I'd look at all of them. Now, most of them are from when I was 25 years and younger. But with all the added costs, can't we just click an option that gets a printed ticket mailed to our home?
Yeah, you know what? Make it an add-on.
Come on.
I'll pay for it.
You shouldn't even have to pay for it because they add all these BS
I understand.
fees and whatever. But with what you can charge now, you've dropped your printing fees. Give us some commemorative tickets. I think they're really cool. We can save them as keepsakes. What if we just go to a random hockey game and some dude scores 5 goals? It was a Tuesday night game. You happen to be there. That's the one game you go to. You'd like to be able to immortalize that.
What do you think about that, Garrett Busey?
Yay! Yay! Yeah!
All right, more Too Hot. Plus, the Kansas City Royals are getting in business with a greeting card company. Details next. Common Man and Timmy on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
Sponsored by Meister's Bar and Pizza in Grandview. Come for the pizza, stay for the dive.
Southbound West Outer Belt at Roberts Road, there's an accident off on the left shoulder, about a 5-minute delay from Tuttle Crossing Boulevard, and eastbound I-70, an accident on the right shoulder at US 33. This report is sponsored by Ohio Basement Authority. Your local expert. Is water seeping into your basement or your basement walls cracking? Contact Ohio Basement Authority, the basement waterproofing experts. Get your free inspection today. Learn more at ohiobasementauthority.com. I'm Eddie Zellick, 497.1 The Fan Traffic.
Family owned and operated. It isn't all sunshine and rainbows. This is Dennis Sullivan, president of Care Heating and Cooling. Here's something you don't hear admitted very often. When you run a business with your family, you don't always get along with them. We argue, we debate, we have real conversations about the decisions that we make. But at Care, every conversation comes back to our priorities, doing right by our employees and our customers. Because when you treat your team like family, they take better care of the families they serve. And when you treat your customers the way you want your own family treated, trust follows. That mindset doesn't always maximize short-term profits, but it builds something better, long-term relationships. Today, more and more local companies are being bought by venture capital firms, where maximizing profits often leads to a sales-first mentality. Care is still family-owned and locally operated, so we can keep people, not profits, at the center of every decision. Care Heating and Cooling. Call 1-800-COOLING when you need a company you can trust.
Truck drivers, have you been searching for a more reliable driving job? Get the paychecks and predictability you need as a Schneider driver. Schneider's large selection of driving jobs means you can get the home time that suits your schedule. Choose from daily, weekly, monthly, or sometime in between. Plus, Schneider drivers have access to great benefits with a 401k match and a 24/7 support team. Get the keys to a better driving job. Search openings near you and apply now at schneiderjobs.com.
This is Gordon Miller from Miller Lending, the original home of the no-cost mortgage. If you've been in the market for a new home or just wanted to take advantage of lower rates, recent events have shown exactly why Miller Lending chose to offer a way around bad timing with our no closing cost program. With no fees rolled in or charged, including the cost of title insurance, you can simply close on today's rates and refinance free of charge as rates improve. Over the past several months, we spoke to numerous borrowers who had heard rates were coming down and chose to wait. We explained that if rates did fall, you could simply update a few documents and refinance again, but why take the chance? So when rates spiked 0.5% recently, not only was I disappointed that we couldn't help those who waited, but also for those buying a home who just saw a sharp increase to their monthly payment. So while we can't control the market, we can offer an alternative. Eliminate timing and say goodbye to closing costs forever. 877-9-NO-COST or simply apply online at nocostmortgage.com. Miller Lending is an equal housing lender and MLS number 250-2146.
Sign your kids up for the Columbus Aviators Kids Club and score 2 free tickets to a game. Join now at uflaviators.com to join today.
Coffee, sandwich, hash browns. Tired of the same breakfast routine? Time to refresh your morning ritual with a $6 Tim's Trio from Tim Hortons. It starts with a premium blend of freshly brewed coffee, a hot, savory breakfast sandwich made with freshly cracked eggs, and for a tasty twist, a daily baked donut to sweeten the deal. Ask for the $6 Tim's Trio. Your morning ritual refreshed. Only at your neighborhood Tim Hortons. At participating U.S. restaurants, must ask for offer. Medium coffee only. Terms apply.
Common Man here for Germain Volkswagen. Right now, you get $3,000 over Kelly Blue Book on your trade during the Germain Trade and Upgrade Sales Event at both Germain Volkswagen of Columbus and Germain Volkswagen of Westerville. Plus, during Volkswagen Driver Days, interest rates can't get any lower on the 2026 Volkswagen Atlas and the 2026 Volkswagen Tiguan. Available to qualified customers on approved credit through Volkswagen Financial Services. See dealer for full details. Get started now at GermainVolkswagen.com.
Relax and let Kroger Delivery handle your grocery shopping this week. We start with only the freshest items, then carefully pack your order in our refrigerated trucks. And our cool trucks keep your food fresh right to your door. Fresh groceries your way with Kroger Delivery. Get free delivery during online deal days, plus $30 off your first online order. Kroger, fresh for everyone.
Hop into savings this spring with Ohio Mulch. For a limited time, save $100 on home delivery at ohiomulch.com. What sets Ohio Mulch apart? Premium pine bark mulch made from southern pine, long-lasting and perfect for hydrangeas and azaleas. Better mulch, better results. Ohio Mulch.
I'm Leslie from Pella Columbus.
And I'm Wilson from that other window place.
Wilson, it's important to us that when you call Pella Columbus, you talk to a real person.
You should hear how smooth it is when you call us.
You calling right now?
Yep. Oh, here we go. New windows. No. New window. Operator.
Get the windows that homeowners rated the leading window brand in Columbus at PellaColumbus.com.
Broadcasting live from the McDaniel GM Superstore Studios. Driving excellence since 1916. Chevrolet. Together, let's drive. WBNS HD1 Columbus.
Good afternoon. This is Paul Keels. NFL employment will be on stage tonight in Pittsburgh with the first round of the draft. Las Vegas expected to take Fernando Mendoza at number 1. Ohio State's Arvell Reese, Carnell Tate, Caleb Downs, and Sonny Styles all projected to be first-round picks. Cleveland Browns picking 6th and 24th. Cincinnati does not have a first-round pick. Ohio State basketball landed guard Curtis Givens the third from Memphis in the transfer portal today. He averaged over 9 a game, shot 43% from the field, and over 36% from three-point range. BYU freshman A.J. DeBonsa announced for the NBA draft today. NBA playoffs, Cleveland at Toronto, Cavs a 2-0 lead. Also New York and Atlanta, Denver at Minnesota. On the ice, Buffalo at Boston tonight, Carolina at Ottawa, Colorado is at L.A. This update brought to you by TurboTrack Realty. Done with that property? Call John Kozik at TurboTrack Realty for a cash offer today, 614-470-2000. Breaking sports news when it happens on The Fan, Ohio's sports destination.
One watches QVC religiously. The other studies Paige Spirinak's golf swing. This is Man and Timmy.
NFL draft tonight. Catch all the action here on The Fan starting at 8. I am amazed. I really am. I'm amazed that the Pittsburgh Steelers, the draft is in Pittsburgh, of course, but I'm amazed the Pittsburgh Steelers continue to play this game with Aaron Rodgers. The will he, won't he, we don't know. You're about to have the draft. First of all, I don't know why you want this geriatric piece of crap back as your quarterback. But even if you did, with his Spaceballs Rick Moranis helmet that he wears, even if you did, wouldn't that be a red line that you draw, which is, hey, dude, we got to figure out which direction we're going to go as an organization. So we'll give you like a couple weeks to decide what you want to do after your body starts to heal from the rigors of the season. But after that, we're going to need a pretty hard and firm answer. Here we are on the eve of the draft, or the day of the draft. I guess it's not the eve of the draft.
Yeah, it's here, baby.
It's draft day,
Yeah.
Kevin Costner, and they're still playing this game with Aaron Rodgers. It astonishes me.
And this is the Steelers, too, and they have been pretty fortunate to have the run that they had with Ben Roethlisberger. There aren't a lot of franchises that get, a decade plus of quality, starts out of their quarterback and a Super Bowl championship and basically living in the playoffs. So I don't know why they want to sell another year down the line, because and this is what I don't get, even if they did get Aaron Rodgers to commit, this really would be the last year, right?
Who are you getting at this point?
Why not make last year the last year? Like, I would rather have a trial run with Will Howard to see if he's got anything at all, which, by the way, like, this is nothing against our good, clean boy. What do you think the percentage chance of Will Howard being, say, a 4+ year starter in the National Football League is?
I don't.
1 or 2%? I don't know.
1 or 2%? No, I give him 20%.
You drafted him, so if that to me, I'd rather take a look, because he had some injuries going into his rookie season. We've heard, guys like Big Ben and other guys around Pittsburgh say, what a worker he is, and those are things that we already knew. I'm wondering if the talent is going to translate. We'll be able to break down those defenses and the speed of the game when it gets going. But if they wanted to take Ty Simpson tonight, that comes into play, because then that would be a guy, Dan Orlovsky. Oh, shoot. He wants to see him end up there. I'm seeing the mock draft right here that has him going to Arizona.
God, I'm so sick
number 26.
of Orlovsky. I really am. I'm just so sick of him. And I love how the rest of the media is now coming to terms with the fact that this guy's just a stupid goober. But I don't understand. I don't understand why a guy like Orlovsky, specifically, I guess more like a guy like Mel Kiper. Orlovsky is paid for his opinion, even though he is an analyst to break things down. He's an opinion guy. Mel Kiper has always been the draft guru. He's going to analyze the player. But he takes it so personally that everybody is not worshiping at the altar of Shedeur Sanders. And Dan Orlovsky is the same way with Ty Simpson right now. You're taking it so personally. Analyze the player, give your opinion, and then move the hell on.
You know how many times you're going to be wrong in this business? You're going to be wrong a whole lot more often than you're right, because you're giving takes and opinions every single day at your job. Do not be married to them.
Don't take it so personally.
Be ready to move on to the next guy and to laugh off some of the guys that you were wrong about. It's going to happen.
By the way, Art Rooney, the second Steelers owner, he did say something yesterday that I do like, even if it's pretty much hollow. He said that he would love a Super Bowl to come to Pittsburgh one day, but under no circumstances, as long as he's alive, he's in his 70s, would he ever consider building a dome in Pittsburgh, because football is a game that's made to be played in the elements.
That's our guy.
And you can look at that and say that's a dinosaur mentality. And Tyvis Powell, I'm sure, is looking at that saying, I want a dome on the shoe. I like that you have some people out there that understand what the game of football is.
Yeah, and he says, and I promise that not only will it be outdoors, it's going to be played on grass, and it's going to be played on the worst grass that you've ever seen in your life.
Now, maybe you don't have the Pitt Panthers the day before come in there and ruin all your grass.
No, you
right?
do.
No,
you do.
No, you can keep.
We want guys to slip and slide and tear ligaments. We want it to be real. Teddy Roosevelt would come down and say, that's what I like. Too hot.
All right, Teddy. It's Too Hot Thursday. What do you got for us?
All right, let's go back to T-Bone and Tyvis. And Tyvis was bragging about lifting weights. Now, he was, I guess, pumping a lot of iron on the bench press, doing a really good job.
And what's he lifting the weight with his ass?
Yeah, I think so, yeah.
Bar gets stuck on his ass.
Yeah. So, but then
he's doing squats.
And so T-Bone was talking about, lifting weights as well, and they had a conversation. Here we go.
I like how your warm-up would be like, I would be running around the gym, showing everyone my junk and being like, I just lifted 205.
205?
How about that? Oh, dude, I've never put anything
school.
with 200 over my head in my life. Are you kidding me?
You can't lift 205 on
Dude,
the bench.
look at me. I don't lift weights. I haven't.
205?
Bench press,
T-Bone,
no.
You should be at least able to be close to benching your body weight.
That's for people that are strong and in shape,
Tyvus.
You can't lift your body weight.
Tyvus, I don't know that you can lift my body weight.
No,
I'm just saying.
I can't.
I'm just saying. Yeah, I should be able to lift my body weight. That's a twofold problem. Too much body weight, too much wuss.
You think Tyvus is better at the cleans or the snatch? What do you think, Teddy?
Which one is the snatch?
He looks like a snatch type of guy.
he does, doesn't he?
He looks like a snatch.
I don't even know what any of the lifts are called. I don't know anything about lifting other than the squats and the bench press. That's about it. I do envision Bone wouldn't even be able to say he put his weight on the bar. I don't even think he could move it out of the little slot so that he could suffocate himself when it lands on his neck. He wouldn't be able to even get it off to drop it down. Do you agree?
Yeah, probably.
That'd be way too much. What's the most you've ever done on a bench? I've been able to get plates. So like 45s on each one, which that's 90, and then the bar is 45.
Bench since I was in high school.
Really?
As soon as I left PE and we didn't have to do that crap anymore, I didn't do it.
You had to lift, you bench pressed in PE in high school?
Yeah,
I don't think I ever lifted weights.
We had like weightlifting, I don't know, it was like a 2-week thing, 3-week thing that we did. We'd move on to different things.
Yeah.
Like we had to do weightlifting, we had to do swimming, we had to do,
You swam?
At this time, oh yeah. We had a full aquatic center at my high school.
Wow, must be nice.
It was a huge high school. I had 1,000 kids in my graduating.
Did the nuns teach you?
No, it was a Catholic. I had 1,000 kids in my graduating class. It was a big place, but
because what would a nun's bathing suit be like?
What's the matter with you? What are you doing?
Just wondering.
What are you doing?
Go ahead.
All right. First of all, they go all natural. They're just in there naked, skinny dipped. They still got the habits on, though. They're like the penguins wading in the water.
The way God intended.
That's right. Listen, looky here. At the time in the state of Illinois, where I grew up, you had to have certain benchmarks. I think it was weightlifting and swimming and different categories in order to pass PE. One of the things that we had to take, because it was in the law, I'm sure they've changed it now, we had to do a 2-week square dancing thing in PE. I swear to you.
Was there banjo music?
It was, yes, they put like on the boom box. They put the music on, and we had to at least go through the motions because it was state law. You had to do square dancing.
Did you have a female partner?
No.
You just square danced alone?
Yeah, it was just men.
Wait, did you
smelly men?
You partner with another dude?
Aren't
you supposed to like do-si-do and kind of hop around and do like a little quarters type of thing? Did you actually put your arm around a man's back?
No, we didn't. It was we did something
delicate.
I forget what we did.
And so we danced.
We did. That was the law. Or my gym teacher was a sick F, and he just told us that was the law so we can get off on a teenage boys square dancing with each other.
You really are a fancy boy.
I wish I could do something, but it's the law. Are you sure we have to do this, Coach? Yes.
We just had the presidential fitness stuff. You do the V-sit and the shuttle run and all that crap. The mile.
All right. What should we do next?
Too hot.
More too hot. And one of the heritage brands in sports is thinking about changing something up, and I think they're dead wrong if they do. That's coming up next. Common Man and Timmy on The Fan.
Fan traffic.
Sponsored by Meister's Bar and Pizza in Grandview. Come for the pizza, stay for the dive.
Southbound West Outer Belt, there is still an accident at Roberts Road off on the left shoulder, about a 5-minute delay back from Tuttle Crossing Boulevard. Also an accident on Philippi Road, that's at Park West Drive. This report is sponsored by the Ohio Department of Public Safety. Roadside workers have lives and families, but when they're on the job, they put it all on the line to protect and serve us. Remember, they're not just roadside workers. Thank you for moving over and slowing down. Brought to you by ODOT, USDOT, NHTSA, and ODPS. I'm Eddie Zellick, 497.1 The Fan Traffic.
Hey there, friends. It's Bo Bishop here. You know High Bank for their award-winning spirits, but the food deserves just as much love. Enjoy happy hour with friends, brunch with family, and dinner that never misses. Make your reservation today at highbankco.com. Dine, drink, distill at High Bank.
There's an old story about cat toys that's been retold for over 20 years because it perfectly explains who we are. This is Dennis Sullivan, president of Care Heating and Cooling. Years ago, a couple who shared their house with 3 cats had another company out to look at their furnace. After working on it, the technician said it was dangerous and had to be replaced. The couple called Care for a second opinion, and my dad Mike went out to help them. When he inspected the furnace, the cause of the problem became obvious. A cat toy had been stuffed into the heat exchanger. With the toy removed, the furnace ran perfectly. Now, how did the toy get there? You can decide for yourself, but here's what mattered then and still matters now. The first company paid commissions to their service techs to sell new furnaces. At Care, we pay our technicians to fix furnaces, not sell you a new one. And if a new furnace is needed, our team of replacement specialists will advise you on all options available and help you make your best choice. Care Heating and Cooling. Call 1-800-COOLING when you need a company you can trust.
Build your cybersecurity skills and prep for thousands of open positions employers are desperate to fill. Attend classes live online or on campus. Go to mycomputercareer.edu and take the free career evaluation today.
Financial aid is available to those who qualify. Listen up, Columbus. Before you buy or lease a new Honda, see Lindsay Honda first. For a limited time, every new Honda includes a complimentary gift. Choose a KitchenAid stand mixer, a 75-inch high-def TV, or a zero-gravity massage chair when you buy any new Honda. Plus, drive a new 2026 Civic Sport, just $199 a month, or a 2026 CR-V LX, just $279 a month.
Honda makes the cars, Lindsay makes the difference.
During the Honda Spring event, see lindsayhonda.com for details.
Grilling season starts now at Billiards Plus. Shop top-of-the-line grills and turn every cookout into a win. Then bring the fun inside with pool tables, shuffleboard, and more. Everything for the ultimate game room. Billiards Plus. Grills, games, and good times. Online or on Dublin Center Drive in Dublin.
I love Right Pack Credit Union because they're solution driven.
I feel valued as a member. They're focused on the latest technology and the personal connections.
Experience benefits that go beyond banking with Right Pack Credit Union. Just ask our actual members.
I definitely recommend Right Pack to all my family and friends as a credit union of choice.
Visit one of our Columbus area Right Pack Credit Union member centers near you. Based on individual members' experiences, results may vary.
If your garage door is so ugly that the FedEx guy is just literally baseball chucking your packages at it, so you get the point, we are Deluxe Door Systems. For 30 years, transforming the look of people's homes for less than you think. DeluxeDoorSystems.com.
All your favorite fan shows are on YouTube, along with those fake YouTube ads like chew this gum and it grows new teeth. Experience the splendor of Bo sitting in his closet, Timmy Hall's gouty gold chains, and Matty Ice wearing a coat in 90-degree weather. It's all there. Head to YouTube and subscribe today.
This is Lieutenant Governor Jim Tressel. If you're driving and take a quick glance at your phone, more can happen than you might think. Because taking your eyes off the road for even just a moment means you could miss everything happening around you. Don't let those few seconds take your attention away from what's right in front of you. Phones down, eyes up, Ohio.
Hello, it's John Kozik, founder and president of TurboTrack Realty, and I buy real estate as is, fast for cash. Give us a call today for an all-cash offer at 614-470-2000, 614-470-2000. I buy vacant properties, inherited homes, divorce situations, death in the family, apartment buildings, commercial properties. I even buy my tenants won't pay me the rent houses. Give us a call today for an all-cash offer at 614-470-2000, 614-470-2000.
food. Epic parties start at Staples. Now you can grab Party City balloons, decorations, and tableware, plus matching custom invites, banners, and more right at Staples. That was easy.
Fan weather.
From the Logan AC and Heat Services Weather Center.
We're looking good overnight into Friday across central Ohio. On Friday, a lot of sunshine, dry, low 80s. Late in the day, about a 40% chance of a couple showers, maybe a thunderstorm, which could trickle into very early Saturday. Saturday will turn drier and partly sunny as the day wears on. Highs in the low 70s. Sunday, a lot of sunshine and low 70s as well. That is your 97.1 The Fan weather forecast. I'm 10 Weather Impact Chief Meteorologist Chris Tomer.
The Sportsbook at Hollywood Casino Columbus is the official sportsbook sponsor of Common Man and Timmy. Must be 21. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-589-9966.
A show you can feel deep down in your plums.
No! That is a bad place to touch. No. No, 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 no.
This is Common Man and Timmy.
I want to talk to you about my friends at Universal Windows Direct. Are your windows old, drafty? It's not doing their job? You're stupid. Don't settle for those. Instead, get new, fresh windows from my friends at Universal Windows Direct. Let me tell you why. With them, you got 2 windows. You buy 2 windows, you get 2 free. And there's no limit. So if you need 10 windows, you're only paying for 5. The more you upgrade, the more you save. Plus, you get 24 months with no payments and no interest. That's 2 full years. And a $500 bonus off your home improvement project. And I guarantee you something else. If you get windows from Universal Windows Direct, every spring, Panama Ted will personally come to your house and clean the winter muck off of your windows.
What kind of muck? What is that? Like sludge? What is that? It's stuck to your window.
Just dirt, muck,
grime,
poop, grime.
Quentin
all
Grimes?
Of it. Yes. Teddy's going to come over and clean those windows for you.
Okay. Sure, why not?
Mm-hmm. Call them today for their free in-home estimate. Your free in-home estimate. Can you believe they pay me? 614-502-5220 or visit universalwindowsdirect.com. All right, I didn't pay off on my tees from the last segment.
I was going to say, we could do a couple of baseball quick thingies here.
The Kansas City Royals are moving from their longtime home at Kauffman Stadium to the downtown Crown Center area.
Yep.
Partnering with Hallmark Cards on a $3 billion project that includes a mixed-use development with a new ballpark as its centerpiece. And the Hallmark headquarters, they're there.
So much comes rushing back to me because, for one, I lived with a dude for a year after college who worked at the Hallmark factory in Lawrence, Kansas, and he was an overnight shifter. One of the worst nights of my life was when I got stuck in his garage with his giant black Labrador, and I couldn't leave because there was no leash and no collar for the sucker. And if I opened the garage door, which he actually did, he just ran off into the dark night. And it was a miracle that he ever came back. And I didn't lose this guy's dog.
Why? How did you get in this position?
The door shut behind me from the house to the garage door. I was going in there to get some more paper towels, and the stupid latch just caved in on me, and I'm stuck in the garage. There's no key anywhere. Why is the thing locked in the first place? I have no idea. But it was. And I had to wait until he came back on his lunch break, which was at 2 a.m, to be let back into the house. I'm sitting there on a bucket, twiddling my thumbs with this stupid black Labrador that was never neutered. Just had his giant dangly thingy and balls hanging all over the place. I was scared to death because I tried to get out of the garage.
You weren't wearing the short pants, were you?
Run away, and he ran off into the Lawrence night, and he came back an hour later before he came back home. I thought I was going to have to tell him.
It's best to let him finish.
Woo! So
Mississippi Mudhound.
So the Hallmark thing is funny for me, and I get a little bit sad because I spent a lot of good years going to games when I was in college at Kauffman Stadium, the old one where they're going to leave that site.
I've been there. It's a very nice place.
It's a nice ballpark.
I haven't been there in 30 years, but it was very nice when I went 30 years ago.
And it's still nice now. They poured a bunch of money into it not that long ago, and it was right after they won the World Series. I always loved that about that town. When I was in college there, they were coming off of their darkest days, and they'd been bad for a long time. So you could find Like I mentioned in a story before, a couple shows ago, a Tuesday night where there might be 4,000 or 5,000 fans there. But the second they start to field a real team, doesn't even mean they're going to win the World Series. But if they're competitive, fans show up there. And when they won that World Series, I was at a day game the year or two after, and there were 40,000 fans there. And the place was nice and gleaming and renovated, and it was just awesome. I'm going to miss staring out at I-70 and the good old Drury Inn outside the outfield.
I stayed there.
You know?
You had the
Drury Inn on Drury
in
Lane.
the outfield. I assume you have to do fountains in the new place, too.
Oh, they better
gotta have
They
fountains.
better double up the fountains in the new place.
Kansas City, you know this, actually has the most fountains in North America.
City of Fountains.
Yeah. A lot of fountains.
Tells you that when you come in from the airport.
It's nice.
Welcome
I like it.
to the City of Fountains. And so they're moving into that spot. I was talking with Fishy about it. I never had much experience with the Crown Center spot just south of downtown. If I would ever go out anywhere, it would be the Plaza, which is, they call it the Country Club Plaza. There's a Jack Stacks there. Nice little shopping district. Think of like a Polaris, but maybe more of like an older feel. The Kansas City Country Club is right across the street from that spot there. But, it's never a bad thing when you hear about, a city finding a downtown location that you want to revitalize an area to have a downtown ballpark. You hope that the design, I'm sure, HOK, I think the main sports architecture firm is either based in Kansas City or has a big office there, and they've done tons of projects. So I'd imagine they'd have their handprints all over this one. But it's going to be cool. It's just sad to see a stadium that you went to a lot of games there, had a lot of memories. First time I ever really covered a Major League Baseball clubhouse.
Right, and we talked about this with the death of some of the malls, and the mall that I grew up going to is like nothing now. It's abandoned, and it's just a building with a bunch of stupid stores in it. But it reminds you of your own mortality when something goes away like that. You're right, the new place could be great and gleaming and all of that, but it's not the place that you went to one of your first baseball games at. By the way, the Chiefs are moving to, if you've never been to Kansas City,
to a different spot.
They're right next to each other. So the Chiefs are moving to the Kansas side of the metro area.
Anybody that's been out to Kansas City, they know like that spot where the Chiefs are going to build the stadium. A lot has been happening there. Teddy, the Speedway is out there. I've never been to a race there, but the whole area is really cool. They have the soccer stadium where Sporting Kansas City plays. That's out there. There's a minor league baseball park. Community America Park was where the Kansas City T-Bones played. That's a nice spot.
T-Bones.
There's a gigantic Nebraska Furniture Mart, which is one of the biggest stores you've ever seen in your life. They closed down. They had a satellite Arthur Bryant's location out there. And I'd heard that the only one that exists now is the original one that's downtown. I don't know why they did that, but there's still tons of barbecue spots all around.
I know why they did that.
Why?
They weren't making money on it.
Okay.
And it's like, oh man, we're getting too rich at this location.
Answer.
Let's close it.
Good answer. I just will miss it because it was more convenient
that's different.
to get that barbecue.
I understand that.
But I remember about covering the locker room. You're wearing the White Sox hat today, and two things came back to mind. Maglio Ordonez, had to be one of your favorite ball players from his days in Chicago.
He had some very good years with the White Sox, then moved on, had some very good years with the Tigers.
So the first time that I got a press pass and I was going to go and sort of shadow somebody and just try out. Like I wasn't getting paid extra for this, but I had an internship with 610 Sports in Kansas City. Fishy actually used to work there before I arrived, after I graduated. And I just wanted to see what it was like, get the feel, get the lay of the land. I'm always super nervous to go into that stuff for the first time because the process is totally different than covering college basketball or college football. And our old reporter, back when we had full-time reporters, we had a Royals and a Chiefs reporter for the radio station, Rhonda Moss. She was lovely, and she was excited to take me around because we're playing the Tigers, and she was from Detroit, and she was talking about how she knew some people on the team, made some inroads there, was excited to talk to them, take the recorder. And I was kind of hanging back 10, 15 feet or so. and Maglio Ordonez and some of the boys with the Tigers were there around, and they might have lost, and so they weren't in the greatest mood. And she thought she was going to go up there and get some good stuff and have a little off-mic hello.
What they do, tell her to F off?
I couldn't tell exactly what was made out, but I'm reading the body language, and I see Maglio's head just kind of turn and kind of look, and the eyes go this way. And 10 seconds later, she comes to me and is like, yeah, F those guys. Like, they're not going to give us anything today. And I'm just like, okay. Like, and I'm just walking along. Then we go to the Royals clubhouse, the Royals locker room. And so this was really, other than what I just saw, and the Tigers guys, some of them were shirtless. Some of them had like an ice pack, like pitchers have the ice pack, on their shoulders. But we go into the Royals locker room. That's the first time I'd ever just seen Ween out in the open. I'd never seen that before in professional or collegiate sports
context.
In the sports sense. I guess I'd only seen my dad's to that point.
Yeah.
And I think it was old Billy Butler. And
how's Billy Butler hung?
It wasn't what you would have expected. I was seeing it from a distance, but my initial thought was like, oh man, that's not what I would have expected from big swinging Billy Butler.
Tiny Ween,
but just the fact that it was just right out there in the open.
What about some Raul Ibanez Ween?
Oh, Raul, Jimmy Gobble. Oh man, I mean, imagine that. But I mean, I don't know if I were an athlete if I could just be completely out like that.
No.
Maybe if I were more endowed.
Well, that's the thing. If I
was
packing Snuffleupagus' snout.
His snoot?
His snoot. I think I'd be more free and easy. Be like, what? This is just, you're in my domain.
Yeah,
this
right.
is the clubhouse.
It says this on the fine print.
Right. You want to come in here and talk to me? Then howdy do. Right? But if I'm Billy Butler and I'm hung like a field mouse, maybe you wrap a towel around that bad boy or something. I would.
Mark Grudzielanek, huge.
Just dragging on the floor, huh?
Just massive.
Fruit by the foot.
Him and Doug Mankiewicz would have measuring contests.
He's circumcised. All right, there is a heritage brand out there that is toying with the idea of doing something. I think it's a huge mistake. That's coming up in 2 minutes. Common Man and Timmy on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
Sponsored by Meister's Bar and Pizza in Grandview. Come for the pizza, stay for the dive.
An earlier accident has now been cleared away westbound 670 over at Neal. Still a 5 to 10 minute delay back from 5th Avenue. Also an accident on Winchester Pike that's at Courtright Road. This report is sponsored by Fresh Time Market. At Fresh Time Market, $75 isn't just a grocery run. It's 8 delicious meals for a family of 4. Chicken, pork, chops, fresh fruits, veggies, and breakfasts. Stop by Fresh Time Market today and fill your basket with flavor, quality, and savings. I'm Eddie Zellick, 497.1 The Fan Traffic.
Mike Rowe here with a fun fact. Did you know that 50% of the air that you breathe inside your home comes from your crawl space? Yeah. Whether your crawl space is wet, musty, or your floors are bouncy, do yourself a favor and call a Groundworks company. I spent some time working with these guys, and they're the real deal. Their people are trained and certified to repair your crawl space. Schedule a free inspection with Ohio Basement Authority, a Groundworks company.
Licensed in all states where work is performed. See website for details.
Truck drivers, maximize your miles and earn top pay as a team driver at Schneider. Schneider just raised its pay for team drivers and has the freight to keep you moving. More business with small package parcel shippers creates new opportunities with DC to DC drop and hook freight. The advantages don't stop there. Schneider's teams also enjoy the newest trucks with factory installed power inverters and outlets, refrigerators, and memory foam mattresses. Join now and sign-on bonuses of up to $16,000 per team may be available. Find your team driving job at SchneiderJobs.com.
Call the folks at Buckeye, night or day.
The rain is coming soon. How can I prepare? My sump pump's getting really old and floods are not that rare.
You're right to think ahead before you're out of luck. I'll check it out with expert care for $37.
Client satisfaction guaranteed.
Call 614-683-9911. Call the folks at Buckeye, night or day.
Common Man and Timmy is sponsored by the Hinderer Motor Company. Listen every weekday from 3 to 6. They're good, clean boys. The Fan.
One of these men is on an extremely high dose of antidepressants. The other one should be. You're listening to Common Man and Timmy.
I tell you what, tomorrow's go to jail, but I got to go to jail right now. And that is Jacob Reimer, Rhyme Time, has funkified this entire building by warming up whatever the hell he warmed up in the microwave. And here's my problem. If you're going to warm something up at work, we have open areas, okay? Your desk area, it's a big open space. We got the little lounge area with the couches and the coffee table. Or you can go in your car if it's especially stinky. You don't pick a little tiny studio and go eat in there, and it funkifies the entire area while we're trying to do the show.
Reimer, this is not your first offense either. And I love Raising Cane's, but Raising Cane's does also pack a strong scent with it. And there's a lot of condensation that gets stuck to those styrofoam cases that the chicken and the fries are in. And you can't bring them into the studio and have the entire studio smelling like that chicken if it's not for everybody.
Smells like
that
a
night.
dirty foot out there right now.
I don't know what you had seasoned with just a white rice and shredded chicken.
Is that a cumin?
I've never seen a chicken and white rice that had that pungent. It's like Sex Panther in there.
It was potent. Maybe it's a little tiki masala.
Woo! He said he had some salt, pepper, garlic, some Italian seasoning.
I think he seasoned it with a skunk's ass.
No,
disgusting.
No. What's the rule anyway?
The rule, we got too many disgusting people around here. Rothman's warming up fish in the microwave. Matty Ice is doing scrambled eggs. We got some disgusting F's who work here.
You know what Anthony's move is? I think that stays in the microwave for a whole talk segment. Because then he warms it up. It stays in there. He comes back out, it's like the lean cuisines is what he's always doing. He's always doing the quick, frozen lunches.
You know, I never funkify this place. But I think just to add to it, to add to the ambiance.
You eat before you arrive.
I understand that, but you know what? Nobody else has any tact, so why should I? I'm going to bring in a tuna noodle casserole and just nuke that sucker.
We did have a producer 10 years ago for just a few months. I couldn't even tell you what his name was, but I know that he was one of these guys that came from the Newhouse School at Syracuse, and he would always tell you about it. And this guy, when he would shadow, might have been Matty Ice back when he was producing the midday show. And we had a dude named Evan that produced the mid-mornings as well. Winkowski, I think. He was one of the guys that was in there. And this dude would bring the nastiest, creamiest egg salad like it was straight out of Augusta. No, that's doing a disservice to the Augusta egg salad. This was some 10th-rate grocery store egg salad, and he would spill little bits and pieces of it. I'd come into the studio later on, and I'd see some scuffs on the edge of the countertop. Nasty. And the smell, oh, my God, just terrible. Death sentence.
What's the matter with these people?
He didn't make it. He was gone.
No, we killed him right away. We murdered him dead.
Done.
The New York Yankees are toying with the idea of using alternate jerseys on the road. Now, the Yankees' most heritage brand when it comes to uniforms in Major League Baseball, I think I can say that without hesitation, is they got their homes, they got their aways, and they get crazy with their batting practice ones, which are like a dark navy blue, whatever the hell they call that specific color.
Right.
In spring training, they'll wear a little something different as well, but they don't have any names on the back of their jerseys, both home and away. That's just the Yankee way. And you can say, oh, it's ridiculous. You can't have a beard or you can't do this. And look, man, I respect teams that respect themselves. And you can say, wow, they're full of themselves. But it's okay to be full of yourself when you're the cock of the walk. I've said this about Ohio State. You know, oh, we got to play ball with Nike. No, you don't. You think Nike's going to cancel their deal with you because you don't want to do some stupid alternate? These apparel companies are breaking their ankles to try and get in business with Ohio State. You don't have to prove anything to them. You're Ohio State. And if you're the Yankees, who the hell cares if, Jason Grimsley wants an alternate uniform? F him.
I think that's essentially what Michael Kay had to say about it too. And he's not wrong. Go and win a championship. Let's that make the first step. Then we can maybe, and not even saying that you would agree to it, because the stance could be the stance. 3 championships in a row, 5, or however many you're going to add to
we'll make a deal with Aaron Judge.
The list.
You win yourself 5 championships.
And then we can talk
about an alternate jersey that you wear.
They don't have a City Connect. They're one of two. They're one of 2 teams.
You don't need a City Connect. You're the Yankees.
They're one of 2 teams that never did a City Connect when those started. And do you know what the other one is?
No.
You wouldn't guess it. It's probably one of the grungiest, cheapest franchises you can think of right now because they don't even really have a home.
The A's didn't do one?
The A's didn't do one.
That's because they didn't pay the consulting fee.
That's right.
They tried to get some high schoolers in a design class to do it for them.
They'd be hoping that somebody made them more uniforms. They don't like paying for the ones that they have.
In all seriousness, man, you see the Red Sox, they did the City Connects. It was like the yellow. It was like the Boston Marathon stuff. It looked like trash.
Yeah.
I hate that crap. You're the Red Sox. Embrace your heritage.
And now they're still doing them, but they changed them up because those ones that were like the blue and the yellow didn't really fly with the team. Now they've got a Fenway sort of green monster type of look. And I've seen when I was out there a short while ago, a lot of their alternate stuff in the fan and the team shop had some of that green to it. But I'm more for classic franchises like that. If I'm going to wear stuff as a fan, I want it to be some semblance of the team colors.
You can make crazy stuff, though. Make it. And they wear it for BP once in a while, and you go out to the team store and you buy it if you're an idiot. Go ahead.
I know, like, hats are crazy now. Like, what New Era is doing, they want, like, I go and I look at, like, your team's, the White Sox tab or the Orioles tab.
There's 97,000 color combinations.
There's more than 100 different types of hats, and some of them are very cool. Like, the one you're wearing is gray, so it's not the classic White Sox color, but it's got the classic Sox logo on it and an all-star design. I like when they put specialty patches on the side of the hat that might commemorate a certain year or an anniversary.
Yeah, that's fine. I got no
or
problem with
Jackie
that.
Robinson Day or something like that. Those can be fun. I want more of the classic American League logo. I don't feel like we incorporate that enough onto the uniforms. That should be on the everyday hat, like the AL logo or the National League logo on the side of a New Era
Nothing
cap.
would please me more than to come in here one day and see you dressed as an umpire.
Why?
Like an old classic American League
like
umpire.
That just says AL.
Yes, absolutely.
Where that was Christopher Lloyd named himself Al in Angels in the Outfield because of the hat.
That's right.
Because of the American League hat.
Too hot.
It's Too Hot Thursday. What do you got for us, Teddy?
All right. Well, as we've talked about, the draft is tonight, and the Buckeyes could have 4 guys going in the top 10. Well, the last time that happened was 1967. Michigan State did that. Yes, and one of the guys in that class from Michigan State was Bubba Smith. And on Bishop and Friends, Bo had some thoughts about Bubba Smith and his acting ability.
You're going to do a Bubba Smith, then what we have to then say is that his role in the cinematic classic Police Academy as Hightower is everything that you've ever wanted and should be.
In terms of sports cameos, there's a hell of a summer. There's a hell of a summer topic. Best sports, best athlete movie cameos.
I mean, he was a star in it. I think he was in all of them.
At least the first
Like, do the kids even know what Police Academy is?
Probably
Mahoney
not.
and the boys?
I can't remember if I've even seen the third one.
I've seen the first 4.
Bubba Smith was in it.
Yeah, the first 4 I've seen, and then there was one where Wayne Gretzky's wife was in it. I think that's the 5th one, and they lose Steve Guttenberg, and then it all goes off the tracks. I don't know if it was ever on the tracks, to be honest. I have no idea if any of those hold up. I loved him as a kid, though.
I like how Bo pretends. Like, yeah, I think that's the 5th one. You know all these by heart. You're obsessed with Police Academy.
I feel a little bit like Rhyme Time when it comes to the police academies because I didn't dabble much with those.
I saw a couple of them.
Like I
didn't go all the way.
I don't have like a good lexicon with police academies.
By the way, you know who's friends with Bubba Smith?
Tell me.
Ric Flair.
And I know Bubba Smith, I'll tell him right to his face.
Now, the ironic part about that is that Bubba Smith was dead when Ric Flair said that.
And I know Bubba Smith, I'll tell him right to his face.
So they had Bubba Smith. Clint Jones went 2nd overall to the Vikings. George Webster went to the Oilers at 5th. And then Gene Washington went to the Vikings at 8. So they were all in the top 8 of that 1967 draft. The Michigan State Spartans.
Think Michigan State's ever going to do that again?
No.
You got Pat Fitzgerald there now, baby.
No, that's not happening.
They're back.
I don't know. Do we pull that off tonight? I've seen some mocks, Teddy, that have Caleb Downs slipping to you at 12.
What a shame that would be.
That would be a shame.
Come down to 12 and everybody pass on him. He's a little slow, a little small.
He's a little slow. Yeah. He's a problem.
That's all?
What else?
Oh, I thought you had more to give, Teddy.
Well, he's got more to give.
I thought you had more analysis.
We're late here. We need to get going.
Fine. Back page and more Too Hot coming up next. Common Man and Timmy on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
Sponsored by Meister's Bar and Pizza in Grandview. Come for the pizza, stay for the dive.
An accident now cleared away southbound on the West Outer Belt at Roberts Road. Still about a 5-minute delay back from Tuttle Crossing Boulevard. Northbound 71 traffic is stop and go between Spring and Cook Road. That's a 15-minute delay. This report is sponsored by Ohio 811. Call before you dig. Contact Ohio 811 at least 48 hours before you dig. It's easy to do and it's the law. CenterPoint Energy, Columbia Gas, Duke Energy, and Enbridge Gas want you to dig safely. Contact Ohio 811 every time you dig. I'm Eddie Zellick, 497.1 The Fan Traffic.
Grab me a new cross-match bingo from the Ohio Lottery.
Sure thing. You said match bingo cross?
No, the newest $10 scratch-off with prizes up to $500,000.
Yeah.
The ticket's so big, it's only sold at retail counters? The one with over $15 million in prizes? Cross-match bingo.
One cross bingo match coming up.
However you say it, Cross Match Bingo combines cash word, bingo, and match games all into one for even more fun. Lottery players are subject to Ohio laws and commission regulations. Play responsibly.
James Laurinaitis here for my guys at Green & Sons, the premier Kubota dealership in Central Ohio. I love my Kubota tractor, RTV, and zero-turn I got from Green & Sons, and you can check them out online at greenandsons.com or visit them in store in Mount Sterling or north of Marysville in Raymond for all your Kubota needs.
Hey Central Ohio, it's Andrew from Home Team Solutions, and yes, we buy houses for cash the easy way. We've been buying houses for over 20 years and we've seen it all. Whether you've inherited a property, you're behind on payments, the house needs work, or just want to avoid the hassle of listing, we've got you covered. No repairs, no clean out, no stress, just a fair cash offer and you pick the closing date. We've helped hundreds of homeowners sell fast and hassle-free, and we're proud to have 5-star reviews all across Central Ohio and an A+ rating with the BBB. If you're ready to sell your house the easy way, call Home Team Solutions at 614-962-SELL. That's 614-962-7355, or visit us online at selltohometeam.com. Home Team Solutions, local, trusted, and family-owned. Again, that's 614-962-SELL. 614-962-7355 or selltohometeam.com.
Common Man here for GoGermain.com. I have been telling you about my friends at Germain for a long time, and it's because they bring the goods. And right now, you get $3,000 over Kelley Blue Book on your trade during the Germain Trade and Upgrade Sales Event. Yes, cue the trumpets. Nearly 4,000 new and pre-owned vehicles, plus an extra $3,000 on your trade means your budget goes further. And with their $1,000 price promise, no one's going to sell you a car for less. Get started now at GoGermain.com.
What's the best way to make sure you don't miss any of your favorite fan shows? Oh, no. Download the Fan app, silly.
Ah, damn it, I knew that.
App Store, Google Play, or just scream right at your phone. Psst, you can also listen to Buckeye games. Do it now.
He opens his toolbox before he opens his wallet and believes you can fix anything with 20 minutes and some pride. He's Mr. DIY. And when he needs metal, he goes to metal supermarkets. Artists, hobbyists, machine shops, maintenance professionals, and welders all count on metal supermarkets for over 8,000 metal products, shapes, and grades. If it's metal, they've got it or can get it for you. Cut to any size and ready fast. Visit the family-owned franchise on North Wilson Road or Columbus at metalsupermarkets.com.
If your garage door were a person, and it'd be the type of person who double parks just because they can, we are Deluxe Door Systems. For over 30 years, we fix sucky garage doors. Straightforward, honest, and for less than you think. DeluxeDoorSystems.com.
Hi, I'm Patty, founder of Awesome Tex. I started with a big idea to give old clothes a new life by turning them into recycled fibers and threads. Everyone told me that this was going to be impossible, but Chase for Business believed in me. They gave me a lot of guidance from the beginning.
Get financial guidance from bankers in the Columbus community and convenient digital tools all in one place. Learn more at chaseforbusiness.com. Make more of what's yours. Real customers compensated. JP Morgan Chase Bank, and a member FDIC.
Hey, it's Anthony here for Germain Honda of Dublin. Gas prices got you thinking twice about filling up? I hear you. During the Honda Spring event at Germain Honda of Dublin, it's the perfect time to check out Honda's hybrid lineup. Models like the Accord Hybrid and the CR-V Hybrid give you incredible fuel efficiency without sacrificing performance. Spend less time and money at the pump. Head to Germain Honda of Dublin on Sawmill Road, just south of 270, and see how far a hybrid can take you. GermainHondaofDublin.com.
The Fan Poll is sponsored by JT's Pizza and Pub, home of award-winning pizza and 32-ounce Yingling drafts for only $4.
Buckeye Show coming up at the top of the hour. Austin and Berm with you. If you think they're going to talk about the Buckeyes that are going to go in tonight's draft, well, you'd be correct. Of course they're going to do that. Plus, at 8 o'clock, it is our Browns radio draft coverage. So catch all the first-round action right here on The Fan. What did you say you were having tonight? A little pizza?
Yeah, I think might pick up a Sexton's Detroit style because they do that there. So I might go with that one.
What are you going to get on it?
Probably just do a sausage pep.
Good choice.
Yeah, it's always a good standard choice. I mean, everything is good there. You can't really go wrong. They had a very strong run in Pizza Madness here in 2026. I encourage everybody to still go onto my Twitter timeline, and just a few tweets down there from the top is the pizza map that one of our fine listeners created for the good of everybody out there. Bookmark it.
All 64 pizza
keep it
places.
handy, and not just all 64. Say you're looking at a 3-seed like Flyers. He put every Flyers location,
as he should,
on the color code. So there's a whole lot more than just 64 pizza places, since a lot of these pizza places that were in the madness have multiple locations.
All right, it's Too Hot Thursday.
Too hot.
Give me one more, Teddy, before we get out of here.
All right. We haven't heard from Rothman and Ice, and Cole had asked these guys a question basically about if you lived on a farm and we're given like $1 million a day to live on a farm, how long could you last
Be
there?
a farmhand?
So, yeah, here we go.
If your new job was to be a farmhand and you got $1 million a day, how many days would you work before you quit?
I think I have a little bit of a feel of what this would take just based off of me watching Yellowstone. And it's not a pleasant thing, AR. But you're telling me that at the end of every day, I get $1 million.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh.
At what point would the next day not be worth that next $1 million?
I think I would push myself to get to a month. And I think after that, I'd probably be cooked.
Here's a simple answer.
Yeah.
Ask yourself how much money that it would take for you to just pull ripcord and say, I can now do whatever I want for the rest of my life within reason and never have another worry in the world. I think if that number is 10 million, then it's 10 days. Mm-hmm. If it's 20 million, 20 days. Like, that would be it.
Give me 31 days.
So a month.
A month in, I think I'd be like, you know what, Dutton family, I'm good.
I think we're going too high. I'd be out of there in 5 days. You give me $5 million, I'd throw that into some good low-risk investment opportunities. At this stage in my life, $5 million, baby. Let's go. 5 days.
I'm surprised. Because I'm thinking about this as they're saying that. I think I would give this a good go, because it wouldn't just be, we're talking about just a good, hard, honest day's work. That's what we're talking about.
How do you know what hard?
Physical work?
No.
I think once
there could be some
the stamina
animal husbandry involved, where you're sticking your whole arm into the anus of a bull, and
like we're gonna doctor
milking the prostate.
We're gonna Dr. Pole some cows.
I'm just saying, you're
Put
a farmhand,
plastic
baby.
glove on.
You got to do whatever it says.
Absolutely.
You got to tie off some sheep balls, whatever you're doing.
Milk this, cut that, snip this. I don't know what sucking you're talking about, none of that, but to have that opportunity, a lot of people just do this work every day, and they're perfectly content doing it. I think you'd sleep well at night because you're physically exhausted. I don't think there'd be that much mental pressure because well, in fact, there isn't because you're banking cash every day.
What do you mean it's not mental pressure? The people who run the farm are on your ass.
No, but I'm making $1 million a day. I'm working hard and then I'm getting paid handsomely. So that would feel good. And I'm not thinking at that point just about taking care of what I need. I'm thinking about everybody. And if I get all the money, I know in my heart, I'm going to spread it around. I'm going to help a lot of people with that.
So how many days?
I'm going hard. I'm going to $250 million. I'm going 250 days.
250? You're out of your mind.
I'm doing it. I'm going half a year.
You physically would not be able to do it. Stop it. Stop trying to pretend like you're strong. You're not.
I know I'd get strong.
No.
Doing
Teddy,
that.
how many days would you do?
I'm with Timmy, man. We're
hard.
going,
Because
It's Amanda Clear Creek
I take care. Yeah, I mean, I grew up on a farm.
You know what I do?
Yeah, you was a farmer.
Okay.
I was out. I plowed fields and disc fields, and
How old are you
Mike,
now?
I was going to give you like $10 million.
50-ish.
50-ish?
Yeah.
When you did all that stuff, were you 50-ish?
No, I was.
No, you'd die. You'd have a heart attack and die.
Mike, Buckeye basketball is going to be the most well-funded program in the sport.
Well, you know what? That's fine. If it takes you to do some day laboring on a farm,
I'm doing some pitchforking
to get Buckeye basketball where it needs to be.
Think of how I'd crush it on FarmersOnly.com. Oh, baby.
You wouldn't want that.
Yeah,
You got all the livestock you want out there.
Timmy.
That's what they're going to say, little goats.
Is that the sheep calling out my name?
Yeah.
When I...
Timmy.
You're a sick man.
Timmy.
You know that? Yes, I got it.
Sponsored by Care Heating and Cooling. When you need a company you can trust, call 1-800-COOLING.
Tell me if this arena food deal sucks or not. This is the Philly Hat Trick Challenge that I'm looking at. And it doesn't even tell me like what you win if you complete the challenge. But say you're going with the family and you're always looking for like a nice food option that's not breaking the bank. So it's 3 cheesesteaks and 3 fries, $45. As far as what arena food costs, it's probably right down the line, right? But it looks like a good cheesesteak. It's got the provolone and the peppers on it.
That's not a bad price.
Right, that's not a bad price
for an arena.
For the arena. And then you can add 2 big boys, 2 24-ounce beers. That's not that cheap for an extra $36. But I'm always looking for a good food option when I'm going out to eat. I don't just want the standard. There's nothing wrong with a ballpark hot dog. Sometimes if I'm at the hockey game, though, I'm not really feeling like a hot dog. I like that they're doing, some local flair like that. Obviously, you're looking for a Philly cheesesteak if you're going to a Flyers game at home. That would be nice.
Thanks, Timmy.
Have a good time.
Huh?
Have a good time.
Doing what?
I don't know.
I'm going to come in here, play pongy with you.
A pongy?
Oh, yeah, pongy.
That sounds nice.
Did some good pongy today. Teddy, why don't you play pongy with us? You too good for pongy?
No, you're too good for pongy. I would.
You suck really bad at it?
It'd be like 11-0, 11-0, 11-0.
I played you with my left hand that one time. You almost beat me.
We had a good game, yes.
All right, Buckeye Show's coming up next. Draft stuff, 8 o'clock. We'll see you tomorrow. Common Man and Timmy on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
Sponsored by Meister's Bar and Pizza in Grandview. Come for the pizza, stay for the dive.
On westbound 670, there is a new accident that's over at 3rd Street. Expect delays in through that area. Also, a disabled vehicle westbound South Outer Belt after US 23. That one moved to the left shoulder. This report is sponsored by Ohio Basement Authority, your local expert. Is water seeping into your basement? Are your basement walls cracking? Contact Ohio Basement Authority, the basement waterproofing experts. Get your free inspection today. Learn more at ohiobasementauthority.com. I'm Eddie Zellick, 497.1 The